That ball game coming your way next on AM 1450 WDLB.
It's Marshfield Tigers football.
Tiger football on WDLB is sponsored by Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield, Creative Paint and Decorating, Jim's Auto Repair, Ministry Healthcare, Citizen State Bank of Loyal, Granton, Neilsville, Spencer and Marshfield, and Trudeau Construction. It's Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450.
WDLB.
Good evening and welcome to Beal Stadium in Marshfield. It's VFA South Division football tonight on AM 1450 WDLB and on WDLB-WOSQ.com. This evening, the Marshfield Tiger football team facing Oshkosh North in a VFA South Division matchup. Along with Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio. Happy to have you with us for coverage of Marshfield Tiger football this evening on AM 1450 WDLB. Marshfield Tigers struggling offensively the last few weeks, and last week they were shut out against Stevens Point, losing to that very strong Spash Ball club 42-0. The second time this year the Tigers have been shut out during a ball game. They're also shut out at Schofield against D.C. Everest in Week 2, 28-0. Tigers last week compiled only 73 yards of total offense in that game. Only 20 yards rushing and 53 yards passing. Much of that to do with the Tigers' passing game, which has not been all that strong in recent weeks, and consequently, the opposing defense is really overloading against the run, and the Tigers not able to find too many creases in that line of scrimmage. Marshfield's Braden Bowman remains one of the premier running backs in the VFA South Division. Braden now has carried for 777 yards and 5 touchdowns this season. He's averaging over 5 yards per carry. However, in the ball game against Stevens Point last week, Braden carried the ball 21 times for only 29 yards. That is a season low for Braden Bowman. Tigers, as we mentioned, only ran for 20 yards and passed for 53 in that ball game. Meanwhile, they give up 332 yards of offense in that contest against Stevens Point last week. Now, Oshkosh North comes in with a record of 3-4 overall. They are 3-3 in the VFA South Division. So Oshkosh North needs at least one more win in conference play to secure themselves a 500 league record that would make them playoff eligible. It would not guarantee them a playoff spot, but at least they'd be in the hunt for a playoff berth if they do finish at 500 in league play. And North does have a tough one next week when they take on Wisconsin Rapids at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh. Last week, Oshkosh North won its crosstown rival game against Oshkosh West 36-13, one of the two teams that Marshfield did defeat earlier this year. In that ball game, Oshkosh North compiled 396 yards of offense and gave up just 177, and 377 of North's offense came on the ground, only 19 through the air, as the North Ball Club was only 1 of 6 passing the football in that ball game last week, but did not have to pass the ball very much as they ran the ball quite effectively. Oshkosh North led by senior quarterback Alex Kajawa, who this year has passed for 925 yards and 10 touchdowns. He has been intercepted 7 times, but has thrown for over 200 yards in 2 different ball games. Also a pretty good ground attack at Oshkosh North, led by Jordan Roan. And Roan so far this year has rushed for 763 yards and 5 touchdowns, although he did not play in the ball game last week. He did run for 243 yards and 2 scores against the Hortonville Ball Club earlier this season. As we mentioned, Roan did not play a week ago, but he really was not missed, as Jack Sitter ran for 161 yards and Ben Salzman carried for 147 yards and 3 touchdowns for Oshkosh North last week. But the North defense also pretty strong this year, especially against the run. They allowed only 61 yards of offense rushing the ball from Oshkosh West last week, and the opposition has only run the ball for 200 yards or more in 2 different ball games against Oshkosh North this season. Marshfield and Oshkosh North tonight in the Marshfield Tiger Homecoming Contest at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Glad to have you with us for our coverage of Tiger football this evening here on AM 1450 WDLB. Our pregame report this evening is a service of Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. And we'll come back in just a few moments and check in with Marshfield Tiger football coach Denny Gadel about his ball club and tonight's matchup with Oshkosh North. But right now we'll take time out for these messages.
Where will you be the next time you're sick? At home? On the job? On vacation? No matter where you are, you can get expert care on the phone for common issues like sinus infection and UTI. Just call Care My Way at 844-227-3929 and speak with a nurse practitioner at Marshfield Clinic. You can call any day between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. for just $40. That's Care My Way at 844-227-3929. Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live. Shine.
The Marshfield Tiger Booster Club congratulates former Tiger hockey standout Paige Johnson on her selection to the American Hockey Coaches Association Division III All-America West Region team. Paige had 3 goals and 16 assists, helping UW River Falls win 23 games and advance to the NCAA Division III National Championship match. Congratulations again to Paige Johnson from the Marshfield Tiger Booster Club.
An excellent team is built from the ground up. It starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
We're at Beal Stadium in Marshfield this evening for Marshfield Tiger football. The Tigers and Oshkosh North in Marshfield's homecoming contest, and Tiger football coach Denny Gadel stopping by to talk football with us. Coach, the Tigers with a tough one against Stevens Point last week. We certainly saw why that Spash Ball Club is so highly ranked, a great ball club. And tell us your impressions of them in that ball game last week.
Well, obviously the impressions of them is it's pretty remarkable. Some of the dudes that they got playing for them is they're a great group of kids. They got big, they got fast, they got strong, they got a lot of stuff. I mean, they're gonna go far if you look at those guys in a way of looking at it as another coach. You're a little bit envious of what Pete has going on there, but we're all trying to get to the top. We're all trying to emulate good teams, and he's a great coach and a good person, and you gotta love what he does. But we also see, and it was a test of who we are. We see what they are, and if we can't see that, there's something wrong with our own selves. How obviously they got in the weight room and how they are. Genetics are a big deal. I get it. We're who we are. We're our team. We're Marshfield, and we love our kids. But there's a lot of things that we can do to get better. And it's an implementation process that we got to have, and kids got to buy in. And there's no more. They got to see that there's no more just I can go out and play intramural football on a varsity level. This is not intramural football. It's we got to play, and we got to be ready to play physically and mentally and all those other things. And that's what looking forward and what we have to do. We see more things that we as a staff have to do, and how we have to get kids to buy in and understand what they want if they want to win. So those are things.
It was a case again where really, when you look at that ball game, the defense didn't play all that badly, especially the first half. You're down by 21 at halftime against a really superior ball club. So again, the defense did what they could for you last week.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, we're sitting here. We had 71 total offensive yards last week. I mean, that's probably the worst in my 23 years that we've been here, and I've called offensive plays for a long time. There's just, obviously they had a good defense, and, we got to try to do things that we can do. Maybe I'm asking too much of some people. Again, we're playing with 2 quarterbacks. They're both young. I mean, I don't care. A junior's young in this league, and then we're playing with a sophomore. So that's not the only thing that we got going on. We can count multiple reasons why. It's myself, it's play calling, it's running the plays, it's what we doing. I mean, so there's a lot of things that we're soul searching for, and I mean, the 2 teams we beat this year, we beat them pretty handily, and there's 2 more games that we were in the games and we just couldn't score any points. So I mean, that's on us, and those are things that we can control, and we have to be ready, and for the years to come, and for these next 2 games. I mean, we got to be ready to play football, and we got to make sure we create the situations for our own selves. We can't sit back and get down on ourselves because we missed a block or we missed a pass. I mean, we got, like we just said, we got to forget that stuff and move on to the next play. So it's on us, and we got to do those things. And we have to get better for our team. And obviously, the defense is holding up their end of the bargain. We just need to come to the games. We get a full team effort.
Sounds like, Coach, when you come off the field after a ball game like that, you and your staff are looking at ways to turn that into a positive. Is that something you really think about, say, in the few days after a ball game?
Gene, it's not a few days; it's the whole week. I mean, I don't sleep at night. Those are things that just happen. You wake up, roll over, think, oh my God, here's something that I could have done, and there's something that we could do, and how can I get this kid to be better at this play? And so you go back on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you work on those things. I mean, I wrote down. I got 20 plays running game, and I got 20 plays passing game right now scripted for our tonight's practice. And if we can get those plays to be pretty perfect, I mean, and hit them and complete them, that's a pretty good deal. So that's the way I go after it. I'm just trying to cut things down again. We passed maybe 7, 8 to 15 times a game. I got 20 on my playbook tonight. So we're not going to get them all. We're not going to pass it many times. But the running game, and Braden and the line are still doing good things. We're still rushing for some good yardage. I mean, obviously last week was a tough one, but Braden, as of last week, before that, he was the 3rd leading rusher in the league. So I mean, he's doing a good job, and the line's still doing a good job. We just got to get our end, passing the football. I gotta get myself satisfied with what we're doing passing the football. And as of right now, it's not the best, and so we got to get better and shorter passes. Backs, we got to just keep getting guys involved.
Came out here this evening, you're going over some what looked like new plays or some refined plays with the ball club that might surprise some folks who think, boy, you have all your plays in maybe when training camp ends, maybe in week 1, but in week 8 you wouldn't be working on new plays. But is that an ongoing process during the course of the year, of even this late in the season installing some new plays for your team?
It's really not installing new things. It's doing what the defense is going to give to us. So we got to make sure the plays that we have are going to be good against this defense. They do some different things as far as their defensive front goes, and they stunt a lot with defensive linemen. The linebackers don't come as much like we faced in the last couple of weeks. So it's been a challenge this week, getting our linemen to understand that they just got to go this certain way and make this play work. But it is ongoing. It's scheming and doing different things every week. It's not like you just, like you said, Gene, come in the first week and put in an offense and it's this good for a whole year. I mean, maybe in some situations it is. I don't know what team that is, but there's not a coach out there who's going to tell you that you don't try different things. But again, we have to make sure that our stuff is down to as tight as we can get it this week, so that we don't make the little mistakes. And if we can alleviate some little mistakes, holdings and offside and maybe a fumble or an interception here and there, those are things we can control, and we got to make sure we do that. So again, we're always trying to do the best we can against the defense we face.
Tiger football coach Denny Giedel with us as Marshfield faces Oshkosh North tonight. We'll talk about this matchup in just a moment.
The cozy warmth after coming in from a chilly, pink-cheeked morning walk. The perfect man cave temperature to kick back and watch the big game. When the weather turns cold, a new Rheem heating system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Feel the warmth this winter with a new home heating system installed by the local pros at Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling. Call Comfort Systems Heating and Cooling today or see them in Marshfield at 1209 West Veterans Parkway.
When it comes to financial decisions, it's good to know that First Choice Credit Union in Marshfield has all the services you need in today's fast-paced economy. First Choice Credit Union serves all who live or work in Wood, Marathon, Clark, and Portage counties and their immediate families. First Choice Credit Union, doing it the old-fashioned way. People helping people. Your first choice for checking, savings, loans, and so much more should be First Choice Credit Union in Marshfield. Member NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
Save big on gas and more at Baltus Bread and Butter Shops in central Wisconsin. Join the Rapid Rewards program today. Earn big points by visiting one of the Baltus Oil locations in Marshfield, Stratford, or Wisconsin Rapids. Pick up a free Rapid Rewards member card. Register your card at baltusrewards.com/register. Just for signing up, you are automatically registered to win great prizes awarded throughout each month.
You always get more at Baltus.
Let's resume our talk with Marshfield Tiger football coach Denny Gadel. Coach, I know that still this stage of the season, motivation is a big factor for you and your coaching staff. Tell us about some ways you're trying to do that with this ball club.
Well, I mean, just tonight we had Sergeant Danny Halen come in. He's a sergeant for the Army Reserve here in town, and he's been with us. He's kind of a friend of our team, and he's a Marshfield grad, and you know, he's done a lot for us as far as beginning of season with our first 24, things like that, and you know, trying to show us a lot of different ways that the military and the football team, you know, coincide, and the same morals and everything else that he has in the military. You know, we try to spin off in what we do at our own team, and it was just time. You know, like anything, when you do get beat off and no chance of making the playoffs, you got everybody could hang their heads and not be ready to play. But you know, brought him in here tonight to give a little pep talk and things like that, which is, you know, put the chill in your spine. And like he just said, I had it, and I always get that way. But I'm a football nut, and so is a lot of other people here and coaches in this town. And you know, we can't want it more than our team. You know, as a coach, you can't want it more than them. So the more chance we get to get other people sharing the same message that we have, I think the better it is, because they hear it from somebody else. I mean, they get sick of me, they get sick of my coaches, you know, saying the same thing over and over again. But you know, you bring somebody else that brings the same message, you know, maybe hits home, and hopefully that works out, you know, tonight and give us a little bit of edge tomorrow.
You see, of course, your ball players every day in practice, even in the locker room, in the classroom, in the hallways. Do you, when you look at them and interact with them, do you still see the motivation is there for them this season?
We laugh and chuckle down the hallway about the goofiest things, but there has to be motivation, especially your seniors. You got 2 games left. I mean, there's things, but younger kids, you could also see that too. I mean, I told them last night when I was into my speak, I've been here 23 years. We missed the playoffs 3 times. It's the last 3 years. So there's a lot of time been a winning program here in Marshfield. And when Len was here, and the first few years of my tenure, I guess it was, you know, we were in the playoffs. We're 9-2, 10-2, 9-3, and these things just happen. You know, I mean, other teams get good, and you know, we have a slumper, and we got to fight back out of it. So, you know, you go through those things, and yes, it's tough. It's tough being the guy leading the troops when you only got a few troops left. I mean, that's the military thing is, but everybody's got to fight and band together. I mean, you're looking out for each other's backs. It's easy to quit. It's easy to quit, and people do that. But those people that do that, they're going to end up doing that the rest of their lives. And as a coach, your job is to make a better person, better student, better athlete. That's our motto. If I can make you a better person and understand you can't quit on things in life, you're not going to quit on your marriage, you're not going to quit on your kids, you're not going to quit on your own family and everything like that. That's a bigger part of this whole thing. I mean, we're here for a lot bigger reason than a win and a loss. I mean, and if our kids get that, I'm going to consider what I do as a coach successful.
All right, how about some words about Oshkosh North?
Hey, great defensive line. I mean, we're going to have our hands full up front. Their offense is, you know, a lot like ours. They like Coach Halen looked it up. I don't even look this stuff up. He goes, they score 24 points a game average, and we're scoring 19. So, I mean, it's right there, a touchdown difference. But that's how we played a football game. We're not going to go down without swinging, and we're going to come out and try to win a football game.
That's Marshfield Tiger football coach Denny Gato previewing this matchup between the Tigers and Oshkosh North here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield this evening. Now, don't forget to join us for our On Sports program tomorrow morning right here on WDLB. We'll recap this ball game and other football games around central Wisconsin. That's tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Sports right here on AM 1450 WDLB. That program also heard on Sports Radio 92.3 FM WOSQ, as well as WDLB WOSQ.com. We'll come back with more of our pregame report from Beal Stadium following these messages.
United FCS has been serving agriculture and rural communities for nearly 100 years. They offer a wide array of financial products, such as loans and leases for farm operations and real estate financing, rural home loans, crop insurance, tax preparation, and much more. Contact your local United FCS office today.
A cooperative devoted to the success of our members. United FCS.
Equal opportunity lender and provider.
Autumn, the year's last loveliest smile. This is Liz from Hefco Floral Company in Marshfield, inviting you to stop in and experience the rich colors of autumn in our fascinating array of new fall flowers, tropical plants, and decorative accessories. Our florists are happy to custom design beautiful dried and full botanical arrangements, swags, and wreaths to match the decor of your home and office. That's Hefco Floral Company, City Hall Plaza, Marshfield. Hefco's your florist. We help you celebrate your life.
The Hearing House. Make your house a hearing house.
Hi, I'm Karen. My husband, Todd Beyer, started helping people hear better back in 1999. By 2010, we were ready to open the Hearing House. Our goal? To be the best hearing provider possible, because we know that better hearing leads to more confidence, less stress, and better connections. After all, your hearing is really the connection to your life. We have the latest technology, but we also have the expertise on how to use that technology. Plus, all purchases include our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Call the Hearing House today and set up your free consultation. 384-4700. We are right in front of Pick and Save in Marshfield, and we also have offices in Wausau, Colby, and Neelsville. 384-4700.
The Hearing House. Make your house a hearing house.
Make sure during the ball game this evening, if you are indeed at Beal Stadium, you stop by the north entrance and check out our car of the game from Gross Motors of Marshfield. It's a 2016 Buick Cascada Premium Convertible. This carbon black metallic convertible will have you looking good top up or top down wherever you go. You can see it here tonight at the north entrance at Beal Stadium in Marshfield, or check it out tomorrow on the lot at Gross Motors, North Central Avenue in Marshfield. Also see it at their website, grossauto.com. Marshfield and Oshkosh North this evening in VFA South Division football. The conference standings heading into action this weekend. Stevens Point in first place at 5-1. Wisconsin Rapids, Hortonville, and Fond du Lac all 4-2. Oshkosh North and Neenah 3-3. Marshfield and Oshkosh West are 1-5. The other football games in the VFA South Division this evening. Stevens Point is at Oshkosh West. That is a late start at Titan Stadium, an 8:15 start this evening at UW Oshkosh. Neenah plays at Hortonville this evening, and Fond du Lac is at Wisconsin Rapids. Game time for that contest is 7 p.m., and the broadcast of that game gets underway at 6:45 this evening on AM 1320 WFHR and on WFHR.com. Marshfield and Oshkosh North squaring off in this matchup this evening. Oshkosh North, coached by Chris Kajawa. He is now in his 12th season as head football coach at North. His record 62-57. The North Ball Club has been above 500 each of the last 3 seasons, advancing on to the Division I state championship game back in 2013, finishing that season 13-1. They were 8-2 last in 2014 and 6-4 last season. And the North Ball Club hoping to make it back to postseason play. They need one more win to clinch a 500 record in conference play that would make them playoff eligible. Not necessarily guarantee them a playoff spot, but they would be playoff eligible with one more win. And if they win this game tonight and then beat Wisconsin Rapids next Friday, they would indeed make it into postseason play regardless of what anyone else does. So the Oshkosh North Ball Club with a lot to play for in this contest. Marshfield Tigers, coached by Denny Gadel in his 7th season as Tiger head coach. His record 41 wins and 29 losses in his years as Tiger head coach. Marshfield and North meeting for the 6th time since the VFA was formed back in 2011. Marshfield won the first 2 matchups in this series, 49-18 and 26-13. North has then won 3 straight, 24 34-13 back in 2013, 29-0 in 2014, and winning last season in Oshkosh 42-21. By the way, make sure you join us at halftime. Our special guest is Marshfield's Andy Varsho. We'll continue our talk with Andy about her new role as the women's softball coach at UW-Platteville. That's this evening during our halftime break. Andy Varsho joins us to talk about her new job as the women's softball coach at UW-Platteville. That is our pregame report for this evening, a service of Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. Now, please stay with us. Marshfield Tiger football is up next on AM 1450 WDLB.
Creative Paint and Decorating of Marshfield supports area athletes and wishes all teams good luck this season. See Creative Paint and Decorating for ideas on your next project. They specialize in window treatments, blinds, custom draperies, carpeting, ceramic tile, hardwood floors, vinyl, and laminates. And they have interior designers that can bring your room to life. Creative Paint is your locally owned complete paint store, too, offering 30% off Benjamin Moore paints. Add some beautiful new colors to your home with help from Creative Paint and Decorating, 111 East 4th Street, Marshfield.
You know a good teammate when you see one. Hardworking, reliable, and most of all, someone who knows that success is best achieved when people work together. At Ministry St. Joseph's Hospital, we work with all of our patients as a team to make the best decisions for their health. That's why we're proud to sponsor Marshfield High School Tigers sports, because the world needs more great teams. Get to know us better at ministryhealth.org. Ministry Healthcare. Knowing you better means treating you better.
Business insurance. If you own a business, you need coverage. Talk to the experts at Schwartz Insurance. Over 90 years experience and 3 generations of family ownership. Let Schwartz manage your business insurance program. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure. Check out Schwartz at BeSureOnline.com. That's BeSureOnline.com. Or call 387-1130. Schwartz Insurance. Be sure.
The Marshfield High School Band wrapping up our national anthem here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield as we get set for VFA South Division football tonight. The Marshfield Tigers facing the Oshkosh North Spartans, and the big howitzer just went off, so that's good to see. That's in working condition for tonight, and so hopefully we'll be hearing more of that throughout the evening here at Beal Stadium. Understand that they plan to shoot that off once again after every Tigers score tonight, so if the Tigers do well offensively, we'll see a lot of people scattering because of the howitzer going off, but Dale, that may not happen because offensively the Tigers really have had some struggles in recent weeks. We'll see if they can reverse that trend in this ball game tonight.
Just a minute, Gene. I got to get up off the floor because every time they fire that thing, I go over backwards in my chairs. I can't see on that end of the field. Yeah, let's hope for some cannon fire tonight because the Tigers have definitely had some difficulties on offense the last couple weeks. It's been a struggle against Hortonville and against Stevens Point. And, the defense has given up a lot of points, but part of that is the fact that the offense has been 3 and out all night long.
Only 73 yards of total offense for Marshfield a week ago in the ballgame against Stevens Point, and they're not going to win many ball games with that kind of an offensive production.
Well, in truth, they're playing some inexperienced quarterbacks this year, especially the sophomore quarterback that's had to come in and fill in for the injury to Johnsrud. The sophomore quarterback, Brian Krieger, has played well. But again, it's a sophomore quarterback, his first varsity experience, and it's a pretty tough conference to put a sophomore out there at the quarterback spot when you have to. And Jared Johnsrud has played in limited ability. He played a little bit last week now after coming off of a wrist injury. I don't know if he's entirely healed. He had to wear a cast on his left hand last week, so we'll see what happens. And kind of an interesting opponent coming in here tonight, Gene. This is a team that Marshfield has had difficulty with. They've got kind of a small roster, players down there, but boy, what they make up for in numbers, they certainly have in size. And this is a team that was expected to be battling right at the top of the conference for the conference championship, but they've lost a few games.
Oshkosh North certainly has done that. They come into this ballgame needing a win to make themselves playoff eligible, and so we'll see if they get that in this ball game this evening. They're 3-4 overall, 3-3 in the VFA South Division. They have lost to some very good ball clubs in the conference, but by close margins. Lost to Fond du Lac by 3 and to Neenah by 3. And they do have a win over Hortonville. So they've beaten one very good team there. They lost to Stevens Point by 15. They have not yet played Wisconsin Rapids. They'll do that next week. So a team that has a lot of seniors, has some very, very big linemen on the defensive side. Their defensive line, two guys at defensive tackle go 305 and 295. And virtually everybody who plays on this ball club is a senior. Very few juniors getting a lot of playing time on this Oshkosh North ball club. And we look over there across the field, Dale, at the Oshkosh North roster, and it almost looks like a Marywood Conference team in terms of their numbers. Very, very small numbers, but some good ball players over there.
And it looks like Wausau East, and there's no doubt about it. They've got some good skilled people, although we realize that we understand their best running back might end up having to play receiver tonight. It's kind of a game time decision. He's a little banged up, and they have a receiver that might be sitting out for a while tonight also due to some team rules or some other type of a situation. And that's their leading receiver, but still, Oshkosh always has some great offensive skilled type people. So it should be a challenge again for the Tigers, and it's homecoming. Homecoming here tonight in Beal Stadium. And right now, I think the seniors are being announced out there on the field this evening with parents.
And you're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Jacob Nurnberger producing our broadcast this evening. With Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio at Beal Stadium in Marshfield, where the Marshfield Tigers are facing the Oshkosh North Spartans in VFA South Division football this evening. By the way, we have a chance to give you a quick college sports note from earlier today. In college volleyball this afternoon, St. Francis of Joliet, Illinois won their match against Robert Morris 3-1. And former Spencer High School standout Tanae Phillips had 1 kill, 1 ace, and 1 dig in that match for St. Francis. So the St. Francis volleyball team getting a win. They're playing in a kind of a tournament at Arlington Heights, Illinois, on the northwest side of Chicago this weekend. They'll play 2 more contests at that tournament on Saturday, but they opened with a win earlier today.
And if you don't listen to the On Sports program on Saturday, you should, because one of the things Gene does not only on Saturdays but during the week, to his credit, he keeps track of a lot of the student athletes who graduated from local schools, not just Marshfield and from Spencer Columbus, but from all the Marywood and Cloverbelt schools. It kind of keeps track of how they're doing in their careers, and that's kind of neat to hear that as we go through the weeks during sports seasons.
Well, we have not much of a wind situation this evening. Wind rather light tonight, and that's kind of odd because we came in here and the wind was blowing pretty good, but the flag on the north end is limp as of right now, so we'll see if that is a factor as the ball game progresses tonight.
Apparently it's supposed to change around. It was a west wind as we came in, but we've been hearing it's supposed to kind of move almost all the way around 180 degrees to an east wind, but we'll see. Right now, typical October football conditions here, and great homecoming crowd. And the Tigers down below us now all gathering for some last-minute notes or some comments from the coaching staff and from the seniors, releasing some balloons in the air. The seniors all given either a orange or kind of a gold-colored balloon or black one, and those are being released now too as we're about ready to start the game. Big homecoming crowd here tonight, as you'd expect. Hopefully Tiger fans can go home and see after seeing a great ball game tonight, and hopefully a Tiger win.
Also this evening, 2 other persons in attendance tonight, I believe, this year's inductees into the Marshfield Tiger Athletic Hall of Fame. Lee Weigel and Stephanie Watt. They are in attendance, I believe. I know Lee is here. Of course, he's on the coaching staff, so he would be here.
Yeah, he's here on the sideline at times. He was here last week.
There is no banquet this year because of only 2 inductees. And so Lee and Stephanie will be, I believe, introduced tonight, but then introduced and inducted with the class of 2017 next fall.
I was fortunate to be around doing some assistant coaching for Marshfield at the time that Lee was playing a tailback for the Tigers, and what an athlete, what a performer. And I saw him a number of times take the team on his back and carry it to some wins. And he's a guy that goes over to Eau Claire, and he carried the ball, I think it was 44 or 45 times in one ball game for UW Eau Claire, which is almost inhuman.
Carson Fenner is standing at the goal line to our left to the north end zone. He'll receive the opening kickoff for Oshkosh North. Mason Coffrin will kick it off for the Tigers. Yeah, Lee had lots of carries for the Tigers, but as you mentioned, even more for Eau Claire North. Quite a workhorse over there. And, of course, Stephanie Watt, a great softball player at the University of Minnesota. Here's the kick by Coffrin. End over end kick towards the far sideline and gathered by an up man on the 10-yard line, who then falls down. That ball was grabbed by Dion Stulo. He tried to circle backwards to the 10-yard line and slipped. Went down, and so Eau Claire North, or Oshkosh North rather, puts the ball in play from their own 11-yard line.
Yeah, turn to cut up field, get behind his blockers. Now, Oshkosh, of course, plays in Titan Stadium, and they play in a number of turf fields over there in the Fox Valley area for ball games, so it's a little different for them tonight. Field, pretty good condition overall.
Senior Alex Kajawa, who's not a real big guy, just 5'8", 160. He's at quarterback. Jordan Roan, the running back next to him. On first down, Roan gets the carry, gets outside, gets run down, however, from the outside, I believe, by Gage Hergert. And Roan, who was questionable at running back tonight, goes outside for maybe about a yard, maybe two to the 13-yard line. Roan, a pretty good ball carrier. He's rushed for 763 yards and 5 touchdowns this year, but sat out last week's ball game due to injury. 2nd and 9 for Oshkosh North at their own 13-yard line. Adam Hobley, the wingback or blocking back in the backfield as well. Kajawa fades to pass the football, lobs the near sideline. It's caught along the near sideline of the 15-yard line to the 20 for Cameron Sorensen, and run out of bounds right across the 20-yard line near the first down marker. Cameron Sorensen makes the catch, his 24th catch of the year. And they'll mark him out of bounds at the 21 and now give them the first down to the 22. Gain of 9 on that pass play. 1st and 10 for Oshkosh North at their own 22. Kajawa completing 42% of his passes, 925 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 7 pass interceptions. He's in the pistol here, and Everland moves the count early. They have a call here against North. The entire offensive line seemed to jump a count early. And yardage marked off against the Spartans. Ball back to the 17-yard line, 1st and 15.
You know, these teams from Oshkosh aren't used to having to take a 2 hour and 15-minute bus ride to go up to a ball game. They're used to going 15 miles, 10 miles to a game. So see if the Oshkosh team gets off the bus here tonight.
Sorensen and Fenner wide to the far side, and some movement again.
Yeah.
And the ball came loose, but they'll whistle that play dead again.
I think that was the center that actually moved early that time.
And more yardage against Oshkosh North. Ball now back to the 12-yard line. Stay with us during our postgame report tonight for our block of the game. That's a service of Sternweiss & Sons and their block division, 400 East Arnold Street in Marshfield.
Well, Marshfield's given up some long yardage first downs this year. Hopefully they can stop them here.
Sorensen wide on the first side on 1st and 20. Kajawa fakes the handoff, throws far slide, and the ball is dropped by Pete Verstegen coming out of the backfield along the far sideline.
Right in his hands. He wouldn't have gained, I don't think, a lot of yardage, but it was certainly gotten back to the original line of scrimmage to create a 3rd and 10 or a 2nd and 10. Now there's going to be still 2nd and 20.
Verstegen caught his first pass of the year a week ago. In fact, that was the only catch made by anybody from Oshkosh West last week. He only had 19 passing yards on 1 completion.
Yeah, the ball was right in his hands, too.
2nd and 20 for West at their own 12-yard line. Rowan, the running back next to Kajawa, who's in the pistol, takes the snap, rolls to the far sideline, throws on the run. The ball is caught by Fenner up the far sideline to the 25 to the 30-yard line. And, boy, he may have the first down with that nice catch and run. They cleared out that far sideline. He's knocked out of bounds to the 29. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down marker.
think there might have been somebody out of position defensively for the Tigers there, because as Oshkosh North came to line up, coaches down here below were yelling and waving to the far sideline, the right side of the defense, to move over. Now the Tigers are having some substitution problems here defensively.
3rd and 3 North at the 29-yard line. Hobley goes in motion. Roan gets the handoff, goes outside to about the 34 and should have the first down.
Actually had a lineman almost, right tackle, almost jumped again.
But Roan picks up 5. It's a first down for Oshkosh North at their own 34-yard line. We have no score with 1 minute gone here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Oshkosh North, the opposition. Sorensen and Fenner coming out wide to the near side. Hobley, the blocking back. Roan, the running back, stand next to Kajawa. And Kajawa hands to Roan again. No, that's not Roan. That's another back. That's the second back, Jack Sitter, who gets out to the 40-yard line. Stop there. Sitter, not a bad ball player, ran for 161 yards against Oshkosh West last week. In Roan's absence, he picks up about 6 on that carry. 2nd and 4 for Oshkosh North at their own 40-yard line.
So far, Oshkosh North has gone left on every play, run or pass, and that's towards their bench, far sideline.
Fenner near side, Sorensen far side, Sitter in the backfield. Kajawa will throw the ball to the near sideline, and it's caught on the near sideline by Adam Habli. He carries across the 50 to the 48, picks up the first down. Adam Habli, who's the blocking back, makes the catch, only his second catch of the year. His first catch was in week 1 for 0 yards against Kimberly, but he catches that one and picks up 12 yards for Oshkosh North. A first down for the Spartans at the Tiger 48-yard line. No score. 9:55 remaining in the opening quarter. Sorensen wide to the far side. Kajawa in the pistol. He'll hand off to Sitter. He gets hit at the line. Spins forward for maybe 1, but not much there. John Whitman is there. Looks like Peterson is there as well. One more man. That may have been Noah Preston. And Sitter stopped on that play for virtually no gain.
Good stop on first down. Again, everybody worries about third down conversion, but you've got to put them in second down and long to make play calling a little tougher.
Here's a 2nd and 10 for North at the Tiger 48-yard line. Slot to the far side, plus a blocker over there as well. Kajawa rolling towards the far sideline. Voros in pursuit. He'll stop and throw deep along the far sideline. Underthrows the receiver, but Sorensen comes back and makes the catch and steps out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Sorensen badly underthrown, but he cut back in front of 2 Tiger defenders, circled back, made the catch, and stepped out of bounds at the 18. It's a gain of 30 yards. And Oshkosh North football on the Tiger 18. First down, no score, 9:08 remaining in the first quarter here at Beal Stadium.
Tigers give up a big play defensively again. That's been kind of a bugaboo this season.
Here's Brett Ellistad coming out wide to the near side. Roan back in the ballgame at running back behind Kajawa. And Kajawa will give to Roan a big hole straight ahead, but he runs into a couple of Tigers at the 16, gets knocked down right there. Peterson is in there, along with that new linebacker, John Howlett, got a lot of playing time last week. And a gain of 2 on that play for Roan, 2nd and 8 from the 16-yard line. Oshkosh North now has the football inside the Rail red zone. Make sure you visit rail.jobs to join the winning Rail team. Experience the power of red with Rail Transport of Marshfield. 2nd and 8 North at the 16-yard line. And here's Roan again to the near side to the 15, then pulled back. They'll give him the yardage maybe to the 14, but several Tigers in there. Looks like Voros and Peterson and Ott. McGuire there as well, just inside the 15-yard line. So it's a 4-down situation here for Oshkosh North, and right now 3rd and 6, just inside the Tiger 15-yard line. Sorensen to the far side. Ellistad wide near side. Kajawa in the pistol, Roan next to him. Sorensen comes through in motion. And Kajawa rolling to the near sideline. He's going to take off himself to the 15, to the 10-yard line, and the bounds around the 9. Kajawa showing some good quickness. As Dale mentioned, he has rushed for 258 yards. In fact, he ran for 104 against Stevens Point earlier this year. runs for 9 on that play, picks up 6 yards, and he's about 1.5 yards shy of the first down, however. So here's a 4th down conversion play, 4th and less than 2 for Oshkosh North. Now the Spartans do have a field goal kicker, Da Vinci Yang, who kicked a 27-yard field goal against Hortonville earlier this season. We'll see if he is in the ball game. He is not. North will go for it. 4th and less than 2 for North at the Tiger 9-yard line. Split backfield. Kajawa gives to Roan off tackle. He dives down to about the 6 and should have the first down with that run. They went to the right side that time. Roan picks up 3 and has the first down for Oshkosh North.
Went to a split backfield with an up back between guard and tackle that time as a lead blocker, and that's right where they went with that play.
Don't see that very much anymore.
No, that's kind of a single wing type of a situation, but actually Kimberly uses it and Fond du Lac uses it some as well. Fond du Lac uses it a lot.
It's a 1st and goal now for Oshkosh North at the Tigers' 6-yard line. Rowe in the backfield next to Kajawa, who's in the pistol. Hobley goes in motion. High snap, and a flag is down.
Right at the snap again. Sorry,
Yep.
Gene.
Now you're right, Dale. Looks like a mark-off against Oshkosh North coming here. Ball comes back to the 11. This will be the 14th play in this drive, so very impressive opening drive by Oshkosh North.
Keeping in mind that Tigers did have Oshkosh North deep in their own territory on a 1st and about 22.
That's right.
During this drive.
1st and goal now for North at the Tiger 11-yard line. Sorensen and Ellistad both out to the near side. Roan in the backfield. Kajan with the quarterback. Hobley, the blocking back on the near side. He goes in motion. And Kajawa gives to Roan, trying to get outside, has that corner, and wide open to the 5-yard line. Near the goal line, he dives, and he gets in for the touchdown. Boy, that far sideline was clear, and Rowan goes 11 yards for the score. His 6th rushing touchdown of the season. That's a 14-play, 89-yard scoring drive for Oshkosh North, and they lead early 6-0.
Well, Oshkosh got the contained man, the end man on the right side of the Tiger defense, hooked in or blocked that time, and then had another lead blocker going out around the corner to help Rowan, and he just barely made it in the end zone, dove in, but he was in.
Now Da Vinci Yang will attempt to kick the PAT. No, he will not. It looks like it's going to be Hobley. He'll kick it. Hobley, the kicker. Ball is down. Kick is on the way. Left-handed or left-footed kicker. It is up and through. And so Oshkosh North extends its lead. We have 6:44 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Oshkosh North 7 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. Back to Beale Stadium and more football in just a moment.
Sternweiss Ready Mix Division on the ground floor of construction projects and buildings, basements, driveways, floors, sidewalks, patios for businesses and homes. As the temperatures get colder, Sternweiss & Sons is ready to do your ready mix project with heating agents, and they can help you with colored concrete as well. Contact Sternweiss & Sons for advice on pouring and proper care of your concrete. Sternweiss & Sons Ready Mix Division on Wren Road in Marshfield. Their block division at 400 East Arnold or at sternweissandsons.com.
Well, the Oshkosh North Ball Club drives the field, and they grab a 7-0 lead on the Marshfield Tigers.
Well, 2 big pass plays, one which picked up the first down after a 1st and 22, and then the big 29-yard toss. Actually, the receiver was double covered, but the ball was thrown well short, and the North receiver was able to come back for the football, and Oshkosh defenders were not able to locate the ball. So that's pretty much the story of that drive.
Braden Bowman and Brant Bowman back in deep safety for Marshfield at the 5-yard line. And here's a ground ball up the near sideline. Grabbed at the 35-yard line by McGuire. Comes up the near sideline to midfield and pushed out of bounds inside North territory. Paul McGuire grabbing that hot ground ball and running inside North territory. Marshfield with very good field position. They'll put the ball in play from the North 46-yard line.
Good job for a guy who doesn't very often get a chance to touch the carry of the football unless he picks one off on defense. And a very heads-up play. Bobbled it a little bit on that hard ground ball. And again, we see a team kicking that ground ball against Marshfield because they just know how good Marshfield is on special teams. But Marshfield in good position. Gene, here we go.
Ryan Krieger does come out to start at quarterback. Michael Damrow, the fullback. Braden Bowman, the tailback. Kristen Welch, tight end on the near side. On first down, it's Bowman straight ahead, gets hit from a defensive end and falls forward for a 1-yard gain. Jared Day, a defensive end, comes in there and knocks Bowman down at the 45-yard line, gain of 1 for Braden.
Got a pretty good initial block by a pulling guard, Ethan Arndt, but I don't think he maintained his block very long.
Jared Johnsrud now comes into play, quarterback on this play. 2nd and 9 Tigers at the north 45-yard line. Wide receivers on either side, McGrath and Gadel. And Johnsrud runs himself, buries his head and pushes himself forward to about the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. Johnsrud runs for 4 on that play.
Johnsrud lined up slightly left. Of course, he was behind center, but there were 2 offensive backs next to him in an I formation that both led up through the hole.
It's about 3rd and about 5.5 for the Tigers at the north 41-yard line. Krieger back in. Gadel far side. Brand Bowman and McGrath wide to the near side. Braden Bowman in the backfield next to Krieger on 3rd and 5.5. Ryan back to pass. Gets rushed and falls down.
Slipped.
He tried to run and slipped back at the 47, and he'll lose 6 yards. So it could be a 3-and-out for the Tigers. It's 4th and 11 Marshfield at the north 47-yard line, and Mason Coffrin does come in to punt the football for Marshfield. Jordan Roan back in deep safety for North, inside the 20-yard line. Coffrin averaging 33.9 yards per punt. And here's the kick by Coffrin, a good kick. Roan calls for a fair catch back at the 9-yard line. North football on their own 9-yard line. North on top in this ball game, 7-0, with 4:41 remaining in the first quarter here at Beal Stadium. Tiger football this evening on WDLB, a service of Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield, Creative Paint and Decorating of Marshfield, and Jim's Auto Repair in Marshfield.
Well, this North team started off with several penalties. They dropped a wide open pass, but managed to get things rolling on that long touchdown drive. Tigers have to pick it up emotionally here, some on defense.
1st and 10 for North at their own 9. Kajawa in the pistol, Rowan next to him. Hobley goes in motion. Handoff, no handoff. It's going to be Kajawa himself across the 10 to the 15-yard line to the 17. Ankle tackle there by Marshfield Sawyer Lovestad. Nice shifty moves from the quarterback. Kajawa carries just across the 15 and picks up 6 yards on that play.
Looked like Kajawa was going to be in trouble, but the defender that came across to turn that play in was going a little bit too fast, couldn't break down to adjust to the fake, and got left in the dirt.
2nd and 4 for North, just across their own 15. Kajawa on a high snap. Gives to Rowan again, tries to get outside. Not much running room. He'll be pulled down behind the line of scrimmage. Very good penetration by the Tiger defense. And Rowan stopped back around the 14-yard line. Almost looked, Dale, like North kind of stopped. I think they felt one of their players may have moved a count early. They were looking for a flag, and it never came.
Yeah, the rhythm coming off the line of scrimmage has been kind of strange at times. They've had a couple procedures and a couple others where it looked like people jumped, no flag. So, kind of weird to think you'd be having that this late in the season.
3rd and 5 for North at their own 14-yard line. And Kajawa wants to pass. He looks to the near side now. A jump throw across the middle is caught in traffic at the 30-yard line by the receiver Sorensen for the first down. Boy, Kajawa jumped up in the air and tossed that ball to Sorensen, who was double covered, and he pulls it into the 30-yard line for the first down.
Yeah, great catch by Sorensen again. Like you said, Gene, 2 players from the Tigers right there. Got to have some of these defenders starting to go for that football in the air.
North leads 7-0, 3:15 remaining, first quarter. Wideouts on both sides. Hobley, the wing on the far side. Doty playing a wing on the near side. Hobley comes in motion. And the handoff comes to Rowan to the near sideline. Play turned back inside. He's knocked down after a short gain. McGuire and Good on the tackle at the 33-yard line, gain of 3. 2nd and 7 now for Oshkosh North at their own 33-yard line. Marshfield and Oshkosh North football tonight. Fenner to the near side. And Cameron Sorensen wide to the far side. Kajawa back in the pistol formation on 2nd and 7. Doty goes in motion. High snap again to give to the second running back. That's a sitter to the outside across the 35 to the 37. Knocked down there. Looks like once again Connor Peterson on that stop at the 37-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. So it's third down now. 3rd and 3 for North at their own 37. Tigers have not stopped North tonight in 3rd or 4th down.
North is winning both sides of the line of scrimmage so far in this game.
Kajawa back in the pistol. And looks like somebody jumped a count early.
Yeah, Marshfield.
Maybe a Marshfield player. We've had several infractions on North. This one going against Marshfield.
That'll be a first down.
Yep, that'll give the North a first down at their own 42-yard line.
7 first downs already for Oshkosh North.
We have 1:54 remaining in the first quarter. Oshkosh North on top here, 7-0. And North with another first down here. Here's Ellistad to the near side. Sorensen wide far side. Running back standing next to Kajawa as he lines up in the pistol. Kajawa rolling to the far sideline, stops and throws deep along the far sideline for Sorensen, but over his head, incomplete. Well covered on the play by Sawyer Lovestad. Sorensen went up high for it, couldn't grab it. Sorensen, 6'3", 195, pretty big guy. He caught 7 passes in one ball game this year against Appleton West and 6 more against Neenah. So catches balls in bunches, but that one a bit overthrown, and it falls incomplete.
Very good coverage again, but we've got defensive backs who are not able to get their head around to play some defense on those throws.
2nd and 10 for North at their own 42. Kajawa gets set, takes the snap, hands the ball to Sitter. He runs right into Peterson and dropped for no gain.
Nice play by Peterson. Took a blocker, stuffed him in the backfield, and then made the tackle. Very nice play.
No gain on that carry thanks to Connor Peterson. And here's a 3rd and long. The Tigers desperately need to stop right here. 3rd and 10 for Oshkosh North at their own 42-yard line. See if the Tigers can stop this North series right here. Spartans come out. They'll send Ellistad to the near side with Fenner. Kajawa in the pistol on 3rd and 10. Kajawa takes the snap, rolling to the near sideline. Throws on the run. Fenner has the ball inside the 50, carries to the 45, and he'll have the first down. North converts again on 3rd and 10. Pick up a 13 on that pass play. And a first down for Oshkosh North at the Tiger 45-yard line.
On most plays, passing plays so far, Kajawa, not being that tall, about 5'8", maybe 5'9", is mostly throwing off of rollouts in the Packers. The Tigers have had trouble covering the flats.
Final minute first quarter, Tigers trail 7-0. Kajawa in the pistol. He'll give to Sitter off tackle for a nice gain across the 40, then leveled right there. Took a big hit from, I think, McGuire. Knocked down right there. Peterson on that stop again, but Sitter runs for 5 on first down.
Big hole that time off of left guard, left tackle for Oshkosh North.
Just 12 seconds left in the period. That could be the final play of the quarter.
And get ready for the cannon.
Yeah. And North in no hurry to snap the ball, so that play will end the first quarter here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Our score after one quarter, Oshkosh North 7 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. Back with second quarter action in just a moment.
Stop today at Marshfield Book and Stationery to pick out your new Hahn office furniture. Whether you're looking for home or office, you'll find what you need from the popular and durable line of Hahn office equipment. Stop now and receive a 40% discount on all file cabinets, desks, bookcases, tables, and office chairs from Hahn. Along with quality furniture, you'll experience the service and support Marshfield Book and Stationery has been offering to businesses and schools in Wisconsin for over 75 years. The teams at Marshfield Book and Stationery and Hahn proudly stand behind their products and will assist you throughout the lifetime of your purchase.
Quality Roofing, Marshfield, Wisconsin, is proud to include Wausau Athletic Park, Camp Randall, and Lambeau Field in their project lineup. Quality Roofing is equally proud to always support area students. Quality Roofing serves Wisconsin's commercial roofing and sheet metal needs. Contact Quality Roofing on the web at qroof.com or visit them in Marshfield's East Industrial Park.
Tigers trail 7-0 as we start the second quarter. Oshkosh North has a 2nd and 5 at the Marshfield 40-yard line. Alex Kajawa at quarterback for Oshkosh North. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs himself, gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Howlett, falls forward for 1 yard. John Howlett making the stop at the 39-yard line. That was a designed run all the way, and Kajawa runs for, well, they'll mark him back at the 40, no gain on the play. So again, a conversion play for the Tiger defense, 3rd and 5 North at the Marshfield 40-yard line. Ellistat to the far side, Sorensen near side, Fenner slot on the far side. Roan in the backfield next to Kajawa on 3rd and 5. Oblay comes in motion. Snap out to Kajawa, wants to pass, runs far side, being tripped up, gets away, throws on the run on the far sideline, and it's intercepted by McGuire. A bad pass off the back foot. McGuire intercepts the errant throw, and the Tigers get the ball back at the 35-yard line. Paul fell down right there, but Paul McGuire makes the pass interception. That is his first interception this year.
Well, the reason he intercepted that, Gene, is Neil Voros now is our first candidate for collision of the game. He leveled Kajawa, who actually jumped up in the air a little bit to try to throw that ball, and that's a no-no, losing your feet, leaving your feet, especially at 5'8", and he got hit by Voros and just drilled.
Tiger football on their own 35, early second quarter. Tigers trail 7-0. On first down, Ryan Krieger about to pass. Steps up, throws near side, tipped ball, but caught anyway across the 45 and dropped immediately. That's Nathan McGrath, very close to the first down. Looks like he'll get that. Look, that ball may have been tipped coming out, but McGrath made the catch, his 9th of the year, and the gain of 11 on that play.
Good to see Tigers throwing the football on first down.
McGuire's pass interception starting this drive. 1st and 10 Tigers now at their own 46. Braden Bowman, the tailback, behind Jared Johnsrud. Braden gets the call on the far side to the 50 and inside North territory to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line.
Yeah, nice run. Got about 3 yards, then put his shoulders down a little bit more, kept his legs driving, and picked up 2 more, almost 5 yards on that first down carry.
2nd and about 5 for the Tigers at the North 48-yard line. Marshfield and Oshkosh North football tonight here at Beal Stadium. McGrath far side, Mikulski flanker on the near side. Bowman the tailback, Damrow the fullback, Krieger at quarterback, gives to Bowman, looking for a hole, not much there, spins away but goes down back around the 48 of Marshfield. Some good penetration by some defensive linemen on the north side. Bowman had no place to go, and he'll lose 4 on that play.
I don't know if it was because of penetration. I was watching action in the backfield, but there was kind of a awkward handoff there that time to Bowman, and he had to kind of stutter step to get the ball, so he was kind of slow off the starting blocks.
Now here's a 3rd and 9 for the Tigers at their own 48. Gadel and McGrath to the near side. Brant Bowman wide out far side. Johnsrud will pass far sideline. It's caught by Schmidt near midfield, goes down right there. A very short gain on that pass to tight end Zach Schmidt. Zach's 7th catch this year, only gains 1 yard on that sideline pattern. And a 4th down now, 4th and 8 for the Tigers at their own 49-yard line.
You don't know how the play was designed or who a quarterback is supposed to be throwing to there, but again, you're throwing the ball to a tight end that's running a 1-yard pattern when you need almost 9 for a first down. Possibly the deeper receivers were covered.
Jordan Roan back in deep safety for North at the 20-yard line. Mason Coffrin punting. Good snap. And a short kick to the near side. Bounces inside the 35. Rolls to the 33 and is stopped right there. 18-yard punt by Coffrin. And Oshkosh North football at their own 33. 8:45 remaining in the first half. And Marshfield trails Oshkosh North 7-0.
Marshfield gets a good kickoff return and a good first down. Nice passing play. can't do much more with it at that point, and then the short punt, so it gives Oshkosh good field position again.
And the Oshkosh North offense back on the field. This is their best starting field position of the night. Alex Kajawa at quarterback. Jordan Roan, the running back, behind him. Tiger defensive line digs in. On first down, it's Roan off the right side. No place to go. Cuts back inside, runs into his own man, and goes down after a short gain. They may give him the 35. That's about it. A lot of traffic between the tackles. Herkert, McGuire, all there. Several others on that stop at the 35-yard line. Gain of 2 on that play.
Boros also out there helping turn that play in and forcing the running back to try to spin back inside.
2nd and 8 for North at their own 35. Fender to the far side. Sorensen near side.
Oh, he's got no deep safety.
Alex Kajawa at quarterback. Takes a high snap and hands off to Rowan again. Not much, and Hergert comes over, knocks him down at about the 38. Several other Tigers on that stop as well, but a gain of 3 more for Rowan. Sets up a 3rd and 5 for North at their own 38. NFL football Sunday on WDLB. Houston and Minnesota, followed by Atlanta and Denver. Coverage begins Sunday at 11:30 right here on AM 1450 WDLB. 3rd and 5 for North at their own 38-yard line. Fenner and Sorensen, the wide receivers. Kajawa back in that pistol formation. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the far sideline, gets in as he throws and dumps the ball into the ground, incomplete.
Voros again.
Yep, Neil Voros was having heavy pressure. He hit Kajawa as Kajawa jumped in the air to throw the ball. We've seen him do that several times. Looks like, who was that little guy who used to play quarterback? Davey O'Brien back in the 50s would jump up in the air and throw the ball.
Let's see, I was...
That's your era?
I was, actually, I was 1 year old.
Yeah,
I was watching
for him.
I was watching games of
That's
that
what
time.
he looks like in that on that play as he jumped. That's when Voros hit him and the ball fell incomplete. So 4th and 5 for North at their own 38. Short punt formation here and a fake. Fenner has the ball on the snap back, goes outside, turns the corner and has the first down and much more up the far sideline, run into bounds around the Marshfield 40-yard line. There is a flag down, however, at the line of scrimmage. Flag down as the up back Fenner took the snap, headed to the far sideline, and ran inside the 45-yard line, but that play may come back. It will. It's a call against Oshkosh North.
Well, I was just about to say that once again, Oshkosh gets the outside contained people hooked in. Well, maybe they got them hooked in because somebody was holding on to them.
Ball is going back to the 31-yard line.
Tigers got to take advantage of a mistake now, get a good return here.
And Rowan, or Salzman rather, in punt formation. The flag down once again. It's 4th and 13 now, back at the 31-yard line.
This is going to be on Oshkosh North.
They've had their share of calls so far tonight. Might be procedure against the Spartans. And the ball back to the 26. Braden Bowman back in deep safety for Marshfield inside the Tiger 30. Salzman averaging 32.8 yards per kick. Now punting from his 15-yard line. Takes the snap. Kicks it out of there. Not real deep. Bowman runs up, grabs the ball on the 45-yard line, gives a vicious hit to his teammate, and goes down at the 47-yard line. A major hit between Bowman and Sawyer Lovestadt. And Bowman goes down right on the 47-yard line, but good field position for Marshfield here.
I'll give Bowman a lot of credit. He had to come up almost 17, 18 yards to catch that end-over-end kick on the fly, and he did. And it took a big hit, unfortunately. It was from his own man, but that was unavoidable because of the way the ball was just kicked so short.
Tiger football on their own 47, 6:55 remaining. First half, Tigers trail 7-0.
That was only a 21-yard punt.
Ryan Krieger at quarterback. Brant Bowman and Damrow next to him on first down. Krieger back to pass, rolling to the near sideline. Still rolling to the near sideline. Now throws to the near sideline, incomplete at Damrow's feet at the 50-yard line.
Nobody open. 3 receivers flooding the flats out here, and good coverage by Oshkosh North.
Nice job of the North defense on that play. Marshfield Tiger cross-country teams back in action tomorrow at the Wisconsin Rapids Invitational. That meet begins tomorrow at 10:30 at the Ridges Golf Course in Wisconsin Rapids. 2nd and 10 for Marshfield at their own 47-yard line. 2 men in the backfield once again. Johnsrud runs the ball himself. Gets outside. Not much there. He'll be pulled down after a short gain. Jared Johnsrud playing quarterback on that play. Gets outside for about 1. Quick moving first half here. Now a 3rd and 9 for the Tigers at their own 48. Gadel and Braden Bowman back in the ball game. And Krieger comes in to play quarterback.
If you run the ball well, usually you can throw the ball well because you can play action throw. If you throw the ball well, you can sometimes run the ball because defenses loosen up. Right now, Tigers having trouble doing both.
McGrath and Brant Bowman near side. Gadel far side on 3rd and 9. Krieger to pass the football, steps up, throws deep across the middle and over Brant Bowman's head to the 15-yard line, incomplete. Brant did have a step on a defensive back on that play, but Josh Lieb covering Brant on that play, but Krieger threw the ball too far. It's incomplete. And a 3-and-out once again for the Tigers. 4th and 9 Marshfield at their own 48. Coffrin on to punt again. And Jordan Roan back in deep safety for Oshkosh North. Good snap. Coffrin kicks it away. Pretty good kick along the far sideline. Bounces inside the 25 to the 20, out of bounds right around that spot. North ball on their own 20-yard line. North on top, 7-0, 5:53 remaining in the first half. By the way, the car of the game this evening from Gross Motors in Marshfield, the 2016 Buick Cascada Premium Convertible. This carbon black metallic convertible will have you looking good, top up or top down. Wherever you go, you can see it here tonight at Beal Stadium at the entrance gate on the north end, or check it out tomorrow at grossauto.com or on the lot at Gross Motors, North Central Avenue in Marshfield. 1st and 10 North from their own 20-yard line. And it's Roan straight ahead. Not much there. Hergert pulls him back at the 22. That Cascada, very beautiful car. Yeah, I know you liked it because you had the top down out of the flowage a couple of days ago, and you can take it on the right there and hurl the crappies in as your.
Gene, I keep telling you, those were bluegills.
Oh, were they bluegills?
You've got to learn the difference.
I got it. Yeah, I got to get that.
And a bluegill.
Well, he's not blue, so I couldn't tell.
Oh, jeez.
Pickup of 2 by Roan on that play. 2nd and 8 for North at their own 22-yard line. Fenner comes out wide to the near side. Kajawa will hand the ball off, and here comes Roan to the near sideline across the 25 to the 27. And run down by several Tigers on that play. Whitman there again. McGuire is there. Also, Austin Steins gets in there. Roan out to the 28, picks up 6. And leaves North of the 3rd and about 2.5 at their own 28-yard line. Sorensen comes the near side. Fenner on the far side. Kajawa stands in the pistol formation. Hobley comes in motion. And Kajawa gives straight ahead to Roan. He gets pushed back, gets outside though, turns the corner, gets dived, knocked down around the 30-yard line. And he'll be close to a first down, but maybe somewhat shy.
Boy, Voros was in there again and just drilled Roan, knocked him back. Or was that Sitter that time? Was that Salzman carried the ball?
Oh, you're right, it is Salzman.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Rowan is at 22, so sometimes you get those numbers mixed up. At least I do. So, yes, Salzman was hit, bounced backwards.
There's also a motion call here against North anyway.
Okay, I didn't even see that flag.
No, I didn't see it either, but now they're motioning illegal motion against North.
Okay.
And the ball goes back to the 23. Creates a 3rd and 7. But that, you're right, that was a big hit by Voros, and Salzman just bounced out and turned to the outside. Now 3rd and 7 for North at their own 23. Salzman stays in the ball game at running back. He's a bit bigger, 5'11" and 205. Kajawa back to pass, rolling to the far sideline, stops and throws to the far sideline and has the ball caught just inside the 50-yard line by Doty. He dives inside the 50, or Day rather. Jared Day goes down making a diving catch. His first catch of the year just inside the 50-yard line. And that gives North a first down inside Marshfield territory. Again, North converts on 3rd and long. Gain of 30 yards on that pass play. First and 10 for North at the Tiger 47-yard line. North on top 7-0. Handoff goes to Salzman, straight ahead to about the 41-yard line.
Salzman, a big guy.
Yeah, 5'11", 205.
Yeah.
Carries for 5 yards on that play. 3:40 remaining, first half, and Marshfield trails 7-0. 2nd and 5 North at the Tiger 42-yard line. Slot to the near side. Kajawa in the pistol. Gets a high snap again. Gives to Salzman. Big hole straight ahead. Lumbers down to the 36-yard line. Late flag on the play as well.
Thrown from the official on this sideline late. Well, could go against Oshkosh because they're going to call holding.
Salzman down to the 36, but another play may come back here.
Interesting call. The play was over and the flag came out and it was thrown by the official from this sideline quite a ways away from the play, but apparently he must have felt he had a really good look at that play.
They bring the ball all the way back to the 50-yard line.
6th penalty against Oshkosh North tonight already. Most of those 5-yarders, but this one a bigger one.
It's a 2nd and 13 for North at the 50.
A 10-yard penalty on this one.
Sorensen to the near side, Fenner far side. Salzman stays in the ballgame at running back. Kajawa takes the snap, hands to Salzman, getting outside across the 50 to the 48 and run down by John Whitman right there. 2 yards for Salzman on that play. And the Tigers looking for a conversion, a stop here. Marshfield may want a timeout here. It looks like they do. Tigers take a timeout. Marshfield timeout, their first of the first half. 2:54 remaining in the second quarter, and our score is Oshkosh North 7 and Marshfield nothing. Now make sure you stay with us at halftime. Several weeks ago, we interviewed Andy Varsho concerning her new position as the head softball coach at UW-Platteville. We will resume that conversation at halftime this evening. Andy Varsho talking about her new job as the head softball coach at UW-Platteville. That is at halftime this evening. Also, stop by the MarshfieldAreaSports.com website and vote for your favorite high school athlete as our High School Athlete of the Month. Get all the details at MarshfieldAreaSports.com. It's sponsored by Burt Trophy and Awards of Marshfield, Cost Cutters Family Hair Care, and Marshfield Clinic. Again, you can get all the details at MarshfieldAreaSports.com.
Going to start to get this big crowd into the ball games here a little bit.
Here's a 3rd and 10 for North at the Tiger 48-yard line. Wide receivers on either side. Kajawa back to pass the football. Being rushed now by Whitman. Throws deep along the far sideline. Has a man out there, and it's dropped. That, I believe, was Ellefson. He was double covered by Ott and Good, and I think Austin Good may have deflected that ball just a bit, and the ball falls incomplete. So now a 4th down play for North, 4th and 10 for the Spartans at the Tiger 48-yard line. Braden Bowman back in deep safety for Marshfield inside the 15. Remember, Oshkosh North did fake a punt on their last possession, only to have it called back because of a holding call. They're in that fake area again here. Salzman to punt the ball. Gets a good snap. He does kick it away. It's a good kick to the near side. It rolls to Bowman on the 7, up the near sideline to the 10, 15-yard line to the 20, 25, takes a hard hit, and out of bounds near the 30. Tiger football near their own 30-yard line. They'll mark it back to the 27, looks like. Tigers trail 7-0, 2:36 remaining in the first half here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield.
45-yard punt, that time by Oshkosh North.
Good kick by Salzman. Marshfield Tiger band will perform here at halftime. They're getting set to come on the field and entertain the fans here at halftime. Tigers put the ball in play from their own 28. Ryan Krieger at quarterback, McGrath and Gadel near side. Brand Bowman in the tailback spot. Krieger back to pass. Has time, throws near sideline, and Gadel a sliding catch at the 38-yard line. Well done by Andy Gadel, sliding as he grabbed the ball and falling out of bounds to pick up 10 yards and very close to a first down marker. Andy Gadel on the catch for Marshfield, his 22nd catch this year. No word as of yet on the first down. They marked the ball right on the 38. And now it is a first down for Marshfield. First and 10 Tigers at their own 38-yard line. 2.5 left first half. Tigers down 7-0. Brant Bowman at tailback here. Wide receivers on either side. Bowman gets the call, trying to get outside. Not much room. He'll be pulled down for virtually no gain. Tigers try to run wide, but nothing out there. Tiger offensive line tonight. The left tackle, A.J. Leonard. Left guard, Ethan Arndt. The center, Sam Bellman. Right guard, Connor Berry. Right tackle, Brandon Bell. John Rorty also seeing action again this evening. Second and 10 Tigers at their own 38-yard line. And 3 receivers out wide to the near side. Braden Bowman playing tailback. Krieger at quarterback. Drops back to pass the football. Steps up and throws deep to the near sideline, looking for Gadel over his head at the 50, incomplete. Incomplete pass brings up a third down for the Tigers, 3rd and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
Good coverage by Oshkosh North again, but that ball overthrown by between 5 and 10 yards.
Damrow coming back in with Krieger and Mikulski coming in as well. See if the Tigers can convert here on 3rd and 10 at their own 38. Mikulski and McGrath, the wide receivers. Braden Bowman playing tailback, Damrow the fullback, Schmidt the tight end on the near side. He has 1 catch tonight. And Krieger under center, drops back to pass, lobs it to the near sideline. Bowman open with 1 man to beat, turns back inside of the 45 and pulled down from behind of the 42-yard line. Looked like that play might go for some yardage, but Salzman comes from behind to knock Bowman down at the 42 and leave him about 6 yards shy of the first down marker.
Well, Tigers had some linemen out in front on the screen, and things were looking pretty good there. There was 1 man who came through the screen and ran right past 3 linemen that were going downfield to block, who get 1 block there, and who knows, Bowman might still be running.
It's a 4th and 6 for the Tigers at their own 42. Marshfield took time out to confer on their strategy here. They decided to punt the football. So Coffrin on to punt with 1:38 remaining before halftime. And Marshfield trailing Oshkosh North here at Beale Stadium, 7-0. Tiger band about to perform. What are you playing tonight with the band tonight, Dale?
Kazoo.
Kazoo?
Yeah.
Oh,
Orange
good.
and black one, special edition.
Okay,
I got in
good.
for the homecoming game tonight.
All right, so
Yeah.
looking forward to hearing this.
Yeah.
Be a solo tonight?
Might be a surprise solo.
Okay. Nobody back here for Oshkosh North as Coffrin on to punt.
Inagata Davida
Okay.
on Kazoo.
Well, sounds good. We'll look forward to that. Good snap. And Coffrin kicks a line drive. Again, nobody back deep. Ball rolls inside the 25, inside the 20, inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Excellent punt by Mason Coffrin. About 51 yards.
Yep.
And Oshkosh North has the football at their own 7-yard line. 1:27 remaining in the first half. Marshfield trails 7-0. North does have 3 timeouts remaining.
Well, once again, we're looking at a quarterback from opposing team that's in that 5'8", 5'9" height, just like the quarterback from Hortonville was, that Schabo from Hortonville. And this kid also can get it down the field.
Yeah,
so,
he can.
I've seen him throw it 45 yards across the field from one hash to the other.
Roan in the backfield with Kajawa on 1st and 10 from the 7. Kajawa rolls to the far sideline, gets tripped up. Voros running by him, got a handout, knocked the ball carrier Kajawa down back at the 2-yard line. That'll be going as a quarterback sack for Neil Voros. He has 4.5 sacks now this season. Ball's back at the 2-yard line at 2nd and 15 for Oshkosh North. Voros came very close to an inadvertent safety.
Yeah.
Clock hits the 60-second mark. 2nd and 15 for North at their own 2. Kajawa lines up in the end zone on this play. Takes the snap and hands off to Roan. Straight ahead, has some running room across the 10 and drilled right. Marshfield trailing 7-0. Rowan stopped on that play on the 11. So Oshkosh North here has a 4th and about 3. I don't know, it's my mistake. It's 4th and about 7 on the 11-yard line. And the Tigers forcing a punt in this situation.
Be interesting. Marshfield very seldom comes with a punt block. Very seldom. Most of the time they set up returns. Have been very good at that over the years. And one of the thoughts there, of course, is you don't want to take a chance in a punting situation of running into the kicker and giving the ball right back to the team that you just stopped on a 3rd down. But let's see what the Tigers decide to do here.
Salzman will punt from his own end zone. Braden Bowman back in deep safety. And he'll line up right around the 50-yard line. 4th and 7 for North at their own 11.
Set up a return.
Bowman does have 1 return for a touchdown this year. Good snap. Salzman kicks it away, a very short kick. Bowman runs up and grabs the ball on the 37, spins inside the 35 to the 32, and dropped right there as time expires, ending the first half of football here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. So the Marshfield Tigers give up a touchdown on North's first possession. And at that point, things going to even out. The Tigers not mounting much offense this evening once again, but at least they do stop Oshkosh North on several drives here in the first half of football. Our coverage of Marshfield Tiger football this evening here on AM 1450 WDLB, a service of Culver's of Marshfield, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield, and Victory Apparel of Marshfield. We're at Beal Stadium in Marshfield this evening for VFA South Division football. Here on AM 1450, you're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and on WDLB-WOSQ.com. Jacob Nernberger is producing our broadcast this evening. With Dale Yukaitis, I'm Gene Delisio at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Our half North 7 and the Mark with Andy blowing these messages.
Nobody has a better chicken sandwich than Culver's. Still, we up the ante.
And drum majors, Caitlin Connerty and Brianna Brunson. Please join the band in our school song, We're Loyal to You, Marshfield High. Over 30 years ago, popular music was going through some changes. Artists who became popular from their videos on MTV were joining established rock groups on the radio. The rock group Journey is featured first in the Marshfield High School Marching Band's presentation of A Tribute to the 80s. From 1981, this is Don't Stop Believin'. song made it to number 1 in the charts. This is Ghostbusters. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, alumni and Tiger fans. Welcome to Homecoming 2016. At this time, we would like to present our 2016 Homecoming Court. First, we have Stephanie Rhodes and John Whitman. Stephanie, daughter of Tim and Connie Rhodes, is being escorted by Mark Whitman, representing John and his mother, Patty. Maddie Hazley and Ethan Leishow. Maddie, daughter of Brad and Kendra Hazley, is being escorted by Ethan Leishow, son of Bob and Jennifer. Maddie Nikolai and Braden Bowman. Maddie, daughter of Alan Nikolai, is being escorted by Dean Bowman, representing Braden and his mother Shannon.
You are supposed to have the right end.
Nick Stewart and Emma Fehrenbach. Emma, daughter of Eric and Sue Fehrenbach, is being escorted by Nick Stewart, son of Janet Stewart.
Yes, we'll be dying here soon. That's the problem.
Bobby Nikolai and Al Kinson. Bobby, daughter of Rob and Allison Nikolai, is being escorted by Al Kinson, son of Mark and Vicki Henson. Molly Hutzler and Sawyer Lovestead. Molly, daughter of Jess and Pam Hutzler, is being escorted by Mike Lovestead, representing Sawyer and his mother, Michelle Gloogie. Brittany Weber and Zach Needham. Brittany, daughter of Frank and Cindy Weber, is being escorted by Mark Needham, representing Zach. Our 2016 Homecoming King and Queen will be announced during coronation tomorrow night. The homecoming dance will be at the high school commons from 8 to 12 p.m. with coronation at, I'm not quite sure what time. It's not listed on here. But you'll find out when you're there. Admission to the dance is by student ID and $15 per person or $25 per couple. The 2016 Homecoming Committee would like to thank all parents, staff, and students who helped make this homecoming a huge success. Let's hear it for our homecoming court. Marshfield High School would like to recognize our senior marching band members at this time. Our seniors include Trent Anderson, Noah Bailing, Ashley Cherney, Emily Critelli, Jared Cochran, Saffron Geary, Colin Elmhorst, Zach Hansen, Alex Copine, Kimberly Kopp, Austin Prustein, Lucas Rosell, Kennedy Rowe, Trevor Radicki, Sophie Sheppelman, Chris Scherer, Alex Scott, Eric Tollefson, Alex Tremelli, and our band members on the football team, John Whitman and Sam Bauman. Let's hear for the band.
McGrath and Gadel both have 10-yard catches for the Tigers in the first half. Putting my heart back in, Oshkosh North, 209 yards of offense in the first half. They've rushed the ball 26 times and gained 86 yards doing it. Leading ground gainer is Jordan Rohn, 52 yards in 14 carries. Jack Sitter is carried at 5 yards for 14. Ben Salzman carried it 3 times for 13. Alex Kujawa has passed the ball 13 times. He's been picked off once. He completed 7 for 123 yards. Leading receivers are Cameron Sorensen with 3 catches for 53 yards so far tonight. A couple of those rather acrobatic. Carson Fenner with 2 catches for 30. Hobley with a 1 catch, or Hobley with a catch for 13, and Day with a catch for 30 as well. So it's just about the time, Gene. We saw it so many times in the first half defensively. The Tigers look like, okay, we've got a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Now Tigers need a stop, and then Oshkosh has been able to come up with a pretty good play, quite often passing the ball in the first half, and making that first down, keeping drives alive. And it's hard to fault the Tiger defense, because what the Tigers only ran, what did they run? 13 plays from scrimmage in the first half. So if your defense is on the field constantly, you're going to see some of these big backs like Salzman and Rowan and others kind of plowing through the middle And after a while, you just beat on those defensive linemen long enough, it just gets tough in there. I don't care who you are. Professional football player, college player, it doesn't matter. So again, it's coming down to the Tiger offense trying to get something going. The good thing is they're only down 7-0 in this ball game. So a big play or two, and we could go happy homecoming time here.
Yeah, the Tigers certainly right in the thick of things, only down 7-0, and they played Oshkosh North even after giving up that first touchdown drive to start the ball game. But again, the Tiger offense has been subpar to say the least. Only, as you mentioned, 20 yards of offense in the first half, and must improve on that to get back in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, and if you've joined us late tonight in our, I guess you'd call it pregame tonight, we talked a little bit just before the first kickoff of the size that Oshkosh North has in that offensive line. And Gene, you mentioned some of those big guys that they do have up front that is making it very tough for the Tigers to run the football.
Yeah, Cade Frederick is 6'1", 305. Kevon Lee, 6'1", 295. So a couple of tough guys there in the middle. And as you mentioned, hard to move those guys out when you're running a play between the tackles.
And because the Tigers have not been able to throw the ball real successfully often this year, they've had to resort to running the ball. So that's kind of the name of the game for the Tigers so far this year. Hopefully they made some adjustments at halftime and get her going in the second half, and we'll see some more points start ringing up on that scoreboard.
And by the way, we do have a score on our Clover Bell Conference ball game in Altoona this evening. At halftime, Spencer Columbus leads Altoona 8-0. We understand that Connor Klatt, the outstanding running back from Altoona, who is the fifth leading rusher in the state, so far tonight, Klatt has 11 carries for 23 yards. And so the Spencer Columbus defense doing a great job on Connor Klatt tonight. Rockets lead that ball game 8-0 at halftime in Altoona.
Spencer Columbus, I know, had a couple of their key running backs hurt last weekend in that homecoming game here. I don't know if
Noah Zastro and Hunter Lipke and have not heard, but the indications were that they were not going to play tonight. And boy, if they're beating Altoona without those guys, that's a great job by the rest of the ball club. So we don't know that for sure, but there was no indication heading into the ball game that they would play tonight, and Hunter might be sidelined until postseason play with his injury. But Spencer Columbus has an 8-0 lead in that ball game at halftime in Altoona. Marshfield Tiger volleyball team back in action on Saturday, round 2 of the Wisconsin Valley Conference tournament at D.C. Everest High School in Schofield. Play begins at 9 a.m. Saturday morning.
I understand the Tigers soccer team has been doing pretty well lately. Won 6 or 7 of their last, I think it's 8 or 9 ball games. 6, 2, and 3, I think, in their last 11 ball games. So doing a pretty good job, especially the second half of the season. Looking forward to the postseason.
And the Columbus soccer team only has 1 loss.
Wow.
And they're doing quite well under Coach Edwards, and still not ranked, but it's hard for a northern Wisconsin school to get ranked in soccer, but still the Dons doing quite well in their soccer season this year.
Yeah, soccer and tennis, these two of the sports that if you aren't from the southern half of the state, if you aren't from the Milwaukee suburbs or from the Madison area, you probably don't stand much of a chance of getting a rank, and rightfully so. They've got some very, very good programs down there and a lot of facilities that kids can take advantage of.
Well, the Tigers getting set to accept the kickoff to begin the second half. Brant Bowman and Neil Ott back in deep safety for Marshfield at the 10-yard line as Oshkosh North kicks off to begin second half action. Tigers down by 7 heading into the third quarter. Hobley kicking off for Oshkosh North from the far hash mark. Left-footed kicker. There's a high end-over-end kick. Ott on the 12 up the far sideline, 20, 25, into the 30-yard line, out of bounds around that spot. Tiger football right around their own 30-yard line to begin the second half. Tigers down 7-0 as we start the third quarter here at Beal Stadium. And I think they're going to mark Neal down at the 28 now. So 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 28-yard line. Ryan Krieger at quarterback, Brant Bowman at tailback on this series. Michael Damrow the fullback, Andy Gadel wide at near side. Nathan McGrath on the far side. Zachary Schmidt, tight end, on the near side. Krieger in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 28. Takes the snap and keeps the ball himself to the 30 and spins out to about the 32. Ryan, who doesn't run all that much, carries it on that play and gains 4 yards on the first down carry.
Good job of hanging on to the football as the Oshkosh North players who were trying to force him out of bounds were going after the football and spun him around, but he was able to hang on to it, keeping that ball high and tight, as they say.
Jared Johnsrud now comes into play, quarterback. 2nd and about 6 for Marshfield at their own 32. By the way, Braden Bowman is on the sidelines, kneeling, and his helmet is off. Johnsrud in the pistol, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, tries to run, but this play smelled out, and Johnsrud goes down back at the 31.
He was just falling on by a house.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel, that guy's big.
He was hit hard by Kevon Lee, who's 6'1", 295, and Johnsrud dropped back at the 31. He'll lose a yard on that play. So 3rd and 7 for the Tigers at their own 31. Ryan Krieger back in. Braden Bowman, the Tigers starting tailback, on the sidelines. And that's not all that unusual to see Brand play a series or two, but Braden is not wearing his helmet, so we don't know if that signifies anything or not, or if Braden will come back or not. McGrath and Gadel to the near side. And Krieger in the shotgun on 3rd and 7, back to pass the football. Steps up, throws near sideline, caught by McGrath at the 39, and out of bounds right there. He'll be close to a first down. Nate McGrath makes the catch at about the 38 or 39. They'll mark him shy of the 39, but that should be enough. We'll see where they spot the ball now. Yes, it is a first down just across the 38. 7 yards on the pass play to Nathan McGrath. A first down for Marshfield, just shy of their own 39. Early 3rd quarter, Tigers trail 7-0. Johnsrud back into play, quarterback. Takes the snap and gives to Brant Bowman off the near side, breaking some tackles to the 45 and shoved out of bounds right there. Tiger players and coaches on the sideline want a late hit on one of the Oshkosh North defensive ends, Landon Miller. But the officials say no, play on, and Bowman out of bounds at the 45, gains 7 on that play.
Tough situation here where the fence is so close to the stands and also so close to the playing field. The players are supposed to stay back 3 yards, but everything is kind of jammed up against the sidelines. It's kind of very congested and pretty dangerous actually here on the sidelines.
2nd and 3, Tigers at their own 45. And it's Bowman straight ahead again. First down, cuts outside, and then pushed back, but they should give him the first down yardage at the 49. See how the officials spot this. They're going to take time out to spot it. Brandt carrying out to the 49-yard line. He picks up 4. And no word on the first down as of yet.
It's going to be short. Did not get a real good spot there.
They have to cross the 49. Now they may want to measure here. Let's tell you once again about that car of the game, the 2016 Buick Escada. It's a premium convertible. Carbon black metallic will have you looking good top up or top down wherever you go. It's here tonight at Beal Stadium at the north entrance, or see it tomorrow on the lot at Gross Motors on North Central Avenue in Marshfield, or check out their website, grossauto.com. That Buick Escada convertible, a great looking car, and you can see it here this evening at Beal Stadium.
Just had a penalty flag thrown on the far sideline, and it was a sideline warning. That's the first warning against it. Boy, that's closer than I thought it was going to be, but he is short.
Short by literally an inch or two.
Yeah.
3rd and inches, and again, Dale, you mentioned that penalty flag.
Yep. Got to stay behind the little white line that's drawn on the sidelines, and again, here at Beal, there's not a lot of sideline room, especially if you have a lot of players, coaches, trainers, and so on. It gets kind of difficult sometimes, and not unusual to see that sideline warning. And you know, these officials have to run up and down the sidelines to watch plays, and they're not looking down the sideline as to what's ahead of them, and it could be very dangerous for an official and even a coach or a player standing on the sideline as he gets drilled by an official going by.
Taking a long time to mark the football, as it literally is an inch or two away from the yard to gain, or the line to gain. Third and literally an inch or two for Marshfield, just shy of their own 49-yard line.
Official now indicating sideline warning to the far side. Now Marshfield coaches also warning their players and other people along the sidelines to get back.
Tigers line up. Krieger under center. Damro the fullback. Brant Bowman at tailback on 3rd and inches from the 48. Krieger himself straight ahead to the 50 and stop there. He'll have the first down.
Right.
I think Ryan stopped the first time, but then went a bit to the left behind that the left guard, Ethan Arndt, and picks up the first down at the 50-yard line. So a first down for Marshfield right on the 50-yard line. Tigers trail 7-0, 9:10 remaining in the third quarter here at Beal Stadium. Jared Johnsrud back into play quarterback.
Need to get moving here a little bit. Taking a while to get this play off.
Mitchell Wilhelm comes in to play receiver as well. Brant Bowman the tailback. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Johnsrud back to pass. Steps up, heaves the ball deep down the middle, has a man out there, but overthrows him incomplete. That was McGrath at the 25-yard line, a deep post. But Johnsrud pass a bit too far, and the pass falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 Tigers at the 50-yard line.
McGrath had a couple steps on the defender on that deep post pattern, but again, like you said, Gene, ball thrown on a line and thrown a little bit too hard.
Tigers rushing in A.J. Leonard to play in the offensive line as Connor Berry comes off.
Yeah, kind of rotating his arm a little bit like he's got a upper arm or shoulder problem.
McGrath to the near side with Wilhelm and Gadel on 2nd and 10 from the 50. Krieger to pass the football again, throws near side quick out over past Wilhelm at the 45, incomplete. Led him too far, and Mitch couldn't make the play. So 3rd and 10 now for the Tigers at the 50-yard line.
It would have been about a 3-yard gain if he had caught the ball. Defenders from Oshkosh North right there, although Wilhelm did have a little bit of a step on the defenders, but again, ball thrown wide.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Jacob Nurnberger, our producer, with Dale Euclides. I'm Gene Delisio at Beal Stadium. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers at the 50-yard line. Johnsrud in the pistol on this play, and a flag goes down before the snap. Flag down here. Or do we have a timeout? Could be a timeout. Don't see a flag out there, so this might be a timeout situation.
Tigers seem to have a little trouble getting lined up there, Gene. I'm not sure what the problem was,
but Oshkosh North takes the timeout.
Wow.
Oshkosh North timeout, their first of the second half. 8:43 remaining in the third quarter. Our score is Oshkosh North 7 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. Let's take timeout for this message.
You know a good teammate when you see one. Hardworking, reliable, and most of all, someone who knows that success is best achieved when people work together. At Ministry St. Joseph's Hospital, we work with all of our patients as a team to make the best decisions for their health. That's why we're proud to sponsor Marshfield High School Tigers sports, because the world needs more great teams. Get to know us better at ministryhealth.org. Ministry Healthcare. Knowing you better means treating you better.
Tigers trailing Oshkosh North 7-0, still early in the third quarter. And Marshfield with a conversion play coming up here. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers at the 50-yard line.
Coach Denny Gadel talking to his offensive linemen a lot during that timeout.
Tigers now line up. Krieger at quarterback. Mikulski to the near side. McGrath and Gadel on the far side. Brant Bowman playing tailback. Krieger on a reverse, and here comes Gadel near sideline. One man to beat. 45 spins inside the 40 to 37, and he'll have the first down, but a long flag comes from the secondary. About 13 yards on that run by Gadel, but a flag thrown from deep in the secondary.
I've been waiting for that reverse all year long. It was open, but it looks like, I'm going to guess, well, maybe I shouldn't guess here. They're talking to Oshkosh North, so I guess it's going to be some sort of an illegal block.
Holding against Marshfield.
That'll be marked off from the 39-yard line.
Gadel gained to the 37. But Mark back to the 39, right back to the 50-yard line. So still 3rd and 10 anyway. By the way, halftime score in the VFA. Halftime score just in. Fond du Lac leads Wisconsin Rapids 20-13.
Yeah, but we know how Wisconsin Rapids comes back in ball games, so that's, I'm sure, far from over.
And we'll be in Fond du Lac next Friday night. Yep. So once again, 3rd and 10 Tigers at the 50. Wilhelm and McGrath on the far side. Gadel flanked on the near side. Johnsrud back to pass the football. Steps up, being rushed, starts to run the football across the 50. Gets a big block at the 45. Gadel came back and knocked down Fenner pretty good. That gave Johnsrud 5 extra yards. But Jared stopped 5 yards short of the first down marker.
It's pretty good blocking in the backfield there that time also by Brant Bowman, who picked up a blitzer that allowed Johnsrud to get out to the right.
Johnsrud marked down at the 46, so it's 4th and 6 Tigers at the north 46-yard line, and the Tiger offense staying on the field. Not much to lose. Looks like they'll go for it. 4th and 6 Tigers at the north 46. Krieger at quarterback, Brant Bowman the tailback. Wideouts on both sides, Damrow at fullback. Krieger back to pass, looking far side, throws to Schmidt. He's open, makes the catch near the 40-yard line and gets the first down just inside the 40.
Nice call, nice pattern run by Schmidt, and he had to gain another 3 yards in traffic to get that first down, and he did it.
Zachary Schmidt on the 6-yard pass play. 1st and 10 Tigers at the north 39, 7:55 remaining, 3rd quarter. And the Tigers trail Oshkosh North 7-0.
Well, 3 consecutive first downs for the Tigers, showing some life here in the second half.
Tigers line up once again. Gadel near side, McGrath on the far side, Brant Bowman at tailback, Michael Damrow the fullback, Johnsrud playing quarterback. High snap, Jared has it, running himself to the near side, can't get outside, turns back to the inside, and goes straight ahead now for about no gain. That Oshkosh North defense closing in on Jared Johnsrud. He had no place to go, and lucky to get back to the 40-yard line. He lost about a yard on the play. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 Tigers at the north 40-yard line.
This Oshkosh team has been hard to get to the outside against, despite having those real big guys inside, but a pretty active linebacking and secondary core, making it very tough for the Tigers to run to the outside.
Now the Tigers go to a double slot. 2nd and 11 Tigers at the north 40-yard line. Krieger back to pass, quick bubble screen to Gadel on the far sideline for short yardage, pulled down at the 38. Nice open field tackle on the far sideline by one of the Oshkosh North defenders, Trevon Lee, at the 38. So Gadel only gains 2 on that play. Sets up a 3rd and 1, or 3rd and 9 rather. Coming up, by the way, is the 13th play in this drive, Marshfield's longest drive of the night. Johnsrud back in to play quarterback here. Schmidt comes back in to play tight end as well. 3rd and 9 Tigers at the north 38. Johnsrud in the pistol, takes the snap, drops back to pass, steps up, now throws the near sideline. The ball is caught by Schmidt and then intercepted, taken away from Schmidt at the 25-yard line by a North defender, Peyton Cooper. It looked like they both had the ball, and Cooper wrestles it away at the 25-yard line. A pass interception, the 6th thrown by Johnsrud this season, and Oshkosh North gets the football back.
Got to compete for the football when it's in the air. Help your quarterback out a little bit. Tigers could have done a little better job there, going for the football when it was in the air.
And North has the ball back on their own 25, 6:25 remaining, 3rd quarter. Tigers trail 7-0. Tigers used 5.5 minutes of clock time to start the second half. Now North on the offensive end, led by quarterback Alex Kajawa. On first down, he rolls towards the far sideline, throws on the run. It's caught by a man who falls down. That's Hobley. Made the catch, then fell down on the 31-yard line. Picks up 6 on that pass play.
Again, wide open receiver out there in the flat. Hobley is at times used as an H-back or a blocking back, sometimes as a tight end, and he just slides out from that position.
He's caught 3 passes this year, 2 of those tonight. 2nd and 4 North at their own 31. Rowan the tailback behind Kajawa. And Rowan gets the call coming near side, can't get outside. Now does turn the corner at the 35 and taken down around the 38. John Whitman just couldn't get there. Great effort by John, who got good penetration to the offensive backfield and just couldn't run Rowan down from behind. And Rowan carries out to the 38. He picks up 7 on that play to give Oshkosh North a first down.
Just not able to maintain the corner and to string those plays out. That's what's been happening on outside plays tonight for the Tiger defense.
Hillestad far side, Sorensen near side. 1st and 10 for North at their own 38. Kajawa back in the pistol. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls far side, throws, and Hobley wide open again at the 40. Up the far sideline, inside Marshfield territory, and taken out of bounds around the 47-yard line.
Well, it's nothing real fancy. He's just lined up out there in a slot or a wing-type position, and just they send the wide receiver on that side down the field, and Hobley just kind of sprints out to the outside, and nobody there.
He gets 14 on that play. 1st and 10 North at the Tiger, 48-yard line. 5:35 left, third quarter. Tigers trail 7-0. 2 receivers on the near side. Kajawa back in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands to Rowan. Has a off tackle play, gets tripped up nicely at the 44-yard line. Nice open field tackle by Austin Steins at the 44. A gain of 4 on that run by Rowan. 2nd and 6 for North at the Tiger 44.
So far, it's not like Rowan has been running wild.
Nope.
He's got 63 yards, but he's had to carry it 16 times to do it. He does have an 11-yard touchdown run on a sweep, however.
He had 243 against Hortonville earlier this year. He's not been over 100 since. 2nd and 6 for Oshkosh North. Kajawa gives to Rowan again, straight ahead to the 40, inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Just plowing ahead, close to a first down.
Peterson, Steins, and Whitman on that tackle. And they'll mark Rowan down on the 39. He gains 5 on that play. And a 3rd and 1 coming up now. One of those big defensive linemen, Cade Frederick, who's 6'1", 305. He's in the ball game playing offensive tackle, and he's clearing out some space there. 3rd and 1 for Oshkosh North at the Tiger 39-yard line. Tight formation here. 2 tight ends with a wing on the far side. And Kajawa under center, and a Tiger man moves. Preston jumps across the neutral zone, and that'll give the first down to Oshkosh North. 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Tiger 34. Now 4:15 left in the third quarter. And Marshfield trailing here 7-0.
All right, need a big stop on first down here.
Hillestad to the near side. Sorensen wide far side. Salzman now in the ballgame at tailback, and North is a bit confused here. And the Spartans may want a timeout.
It's their second, isn't it?
It would be if that's officially their timeout. I haven't seen a signal as of yet, but it looks like, yes, it is. Oshkosh North timeout, their second of the second half. We have 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. And our score is Oshkosh North 7 and the Marshfield Tigers 0. Marshfield Tiger football on WDLB this evening, a service of Felker Brothers Corporation of Marshfield. Manufacturers of stainless steel products, they support all youth sports and activities. Participation in high school sports builds character and teamwork. And Felker Brothers of Marshfield supports the youth of central Wisconsin. Tigers looking for a stop. They trail Oshkosh North 7-0. Midway through the third quarter here at Beal Stadium. Cool evening here in central Wisconsin, and now the wind is picking up somewhat, blowing a bit more briskly out of the northwest. 1st and 10 for Oshkosh North from the Tiger 34-yard line. Salzman back into play tailback here. Kajawa the quarterback. He's in the pistol formation. Hobley goes through in motion. And the handoff, Salzman straight ahead, a big hold to the 30, to the 25, the 20-yard line, but that play will be stopped dead.
Procedure.
Boy, another one against Oshkosh North. They've had their share of those tonight.
They take that H-back or tight end that's kind of back in a slot back position. actually works more as a fullback than anything else. They bring him back across the center, that time to the left, and he leads plays right up the hole, or he hooks defensive ends from a outside position once he gets there. He's been doing a lot of blocking tonight and doing a good job of it.
Now it's a 1st and 15 for North at the Tiger 39. Two receivers on the far side as Kajawa goes back in the pistol. Takes the snap, hands the ball to Salzman, straight ahead inside the 35 to the 30 and run down there. Nice open field tackle by the Tigers. That play made by Sawyer Lovestad. But Salzman, he gets ahead of steam. He's tough to bring down. 5'11", 205.
Big dude.
Yeah, he ran for 147 and 3 touchdowns against Oshkosh West last week. And he picks up about 9 on that play. Ball's just inside the Tiger 30. 2nd and 5. Wideouts on both sides here. Salzman stays in the ball game at tailback, standing just behind Kajawa. Kajawa takes the snap. And Salzman again has a hold-off tackle down to the 26. And grabbed right there. Stopped, I think, by Austin Steins. They're going to mark him back now at the 27. There could be a flag down here. Nope, there is not. There's a piece of yellow paper on the field, but not a flag. Salzman gains 3 on that play. Sets up a 3rd and about 3 for Oshkosh North at the Tiger 27-yard line.
We're getting to the point where Marshfield has had players in position to make tackles at the line, but they've been pounded on all night and now are slipping some tackles here.
Now Rowan and Sitter in the backfield. Split backs, and Kajawa back to pass. Rolling to the far side, dumps it off, incomplete. He went to a safety valve, Sitter, along the far sideline. Just made a bad throw. Threw the ball right by him into the ground, incomplete. Tigers going to break there. Sets up a 4th down play for North. 4th and 3 at the Tiger 28-yard line. See what North wants to do here. They have their 3rd and 4th down conversion ratios this evening have been very high, but we'll see what happens here. Big play for the Tiger defense. 4th and 3 North at the Tiger 28.
See if Foros can get back in there again. Of course, they may be coming this side with all these receivers.
2 receivers near side, plus the blocking back Hobley over here. And the handoff goes to Salzman, straight ahead to the 24. He should have the 1st down. Just piled straight ahead. Peterson and Whitman and Preston make this tackle at the 24-yard line. And that will be a 1st down for Oshkosh North. 1st and 10 for North at the Tiger 24. North on top 7-0. 2:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter here at Beal Stadium. Once again, Sorensen and Elistad to the near side. Rowan back into play tailback behind Kajawa, who's in the pistol formation, about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Kajawa takes the snap and gives to Rowan, who then falls down. And he's covered quickly by Howlett back at the 27-yard line. That play will actually lose about 3, maybe 4 yards. Had 3 or 4 players slip on this turf tonight. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 14 for North at the Tiger 28. Tigers going to break there on 1st down. Sorensen near side. Elistad flanked on the far side. Rowan still at the tailback. Kajawa running to the near sideline. Stops and throws the ball up the middle. And the ball is caught in the end zone by Sorensen for the touchdown.
Wow.
That was a real lame duck, but Sorensen came back in the end zone, circled between 2 Tiger defenders, made the catch for the score, and North now leads 13-0.
Well, Kujawa rolled far to his left, and then even without quite squaring his shoulders, managed to kind of turn and slingshot that ball back across the middle, actually back across his body from where he was. And Salzman, a pretty effective receiver out there, big guy.
11 play, 75-yard scoring drive. Hobley now on the PAT try. Ball is placed down, kick is on the way, it is up, and it is good. That's Kajawa's 11th touchdown pass this year, and the 6th caught by Sorensen. We now have 1:43 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Our score is Oshkosh North 14 and the Marshfield Tigers 0. Back to Beal Stadium and more football in just a moment.
When times are good in agriculture, everyone claims to be an ag bank. At Citizen State Bank of Loyal, we are an ag bank for all times, dedicated to the long-term financial success of our farmers. That commitment to agriculture has been our way of life for 105 years. Why we are involved in a number of farm organizations, why we have expanded our ag staff, and why we will be here for this generation and the future generations on your family's farm. Citizen State Bank of Loyal, Granton, Neillsville, Spencer, and Marshfield. We finance Wisconsin's agriculture.
Pass interception by Cooper leads to the touchdown drive by Oshkosh North. They're now up by 2 scores late in the third quarter. Oblay to kick off here. Brant Bowman and Neil Ott back in deep safety for Marshfield. Oblay's kick is away, long end-over-end kick. And Ott back at the 5 along the far sideline. Coming near side of the 10, the 15, has a seam across the 20 to the 30-yard line. A 35 still on his feet near the 40 and powering his way out to the 45-yard line. A fine, determined run by Neil Ott.
Well, the last 10 yards of that, Gene, he just put his head down. He was dragging Oshkosh North players who seemed like they kind of thought, well, this isn't a real big guy. We've got him stopped, and, well, just kept plowing away, picking up at least another 10, maybe 12 yards on that return.
And the Tigers have the football at their own 45, now trailing 14-0 with 91 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Tigers come out. Braden Bowman is on the sidelines without his helmet, so we may not see Braden again tonight. Brant Bowman playing tailback, Michael Damrow the fullback, Ryan Krieger at quarterback. On first down, Ryan back to pass the football. Steps up, throws the ball to the far sideline. Has a man out there and through the hands of the defensive back in front of McGrath at the 30-yard line. Incomplete. McGrath defended by Chandler Spanbauer on that play. The ball went right through Spanbauer's hands and right by McGrath. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, Tigers at their own 45-yard line.
McGrath actually doing a nice job that time, making sure that ball wasn't picked off.
McGrath on the far side, Mikulski wide near side on 2nd and 10. Johnsrud hands to Bowman, trying to get outside, turns the corner, 45 to the 49, out of bounds right there. Brant Bowman picks up 4 on the run to the 49-yard line. Creates a 3rd and 6 for Marshfield. Stay with us following Tiger football this evening for our collision of the game. A service of Arts Body Shop in Marshfield. If you're involved in a collision, take your vehicle to Arts Body Shop, 1702 Roddus Avenue in Marshfield. 3rd and 6 for the Tigers at their own 49-yard line. Krieger under center on this play. I formation. Gato goes through in motion. And Krieger gives to Bowman, straight ahead to the 45, to the 40-yard line, the first down and more for Brant Bowman. Ran straight ahead for a big gain, a Tiger first down. Brant marked down on the Oshkosh North 38, so he picks up 13 on that run. 1st and 10 Tigers at the Oshkosh North 38 with 1:10 remaining in the third quarter, and Marshfield trailing 14-0. McGrath near side, Mikulski on the far side. Johnsrud in the pistol. And he hands off to Bowman, trying to get outside. Not much there. He'll be gunned down around the 36-yard line. Gained about 2 on that play. Maybe not much more than that.
Brant doing a nice job trying to cut back up the middle again that time, but ran right into one of those big defensive linemen from Oshkosh North.
And they'll mark him back at the 38, so no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Tigers at the North 38. 25 seconds remaining in the period. Krieger back in the pistol. Brant Bowman behind him, and Ryan back to pass the football. Slips but throws the near sideline, and is caught by McGrath going out of bounds around the 30-yard line. See where they mark him out. Looks like right around the 31. So a gain of 7 on that pass play. And the Tigers about 4 yards shy of the first down marker. Nathan McGrath on the catch. Sets up a 3rd and 4 for the Tigers at the North 31-yard line.
McGrath with 3 catches again tonight, Gene, for the Tigers.
13 seconds remaining in the period. McGrath and Mikulski on the far side. Krieger under center on this play on 3rd and 4 from the 31. And it's Bowman straight ahead, gets hit, spins away, still on his feet around the 26 and has the first down there.
Right straight ahead again, right straight up the middle.
Brand Bowman picks up the first down. And they'll mark him down right at the 26-yard line. Brand picks up 5 more on that play. And Tigers rush to the line, but that play will end the third quarter here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Our score after 3 periods, Oshkosh North 14 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. We'll come back with fourth quarter action in just a moment.
An excellent team is built from the ground up. It starts with a solid foundation, support among its members, and the development of a winning tradition. If you're planning to build or remodel, think of the tradition offered at Trudeau Construction of Marshfield. They handle everything from new homes to additions, remodeling projects, kitchens and baths, cabinets, wood floors, decks, and gazebos. Have a project in mind? Plan it from the ground up by dialing 387-2239 for Trudeau Construction, Marshfield.
Where will you be the next time you're sick? At home? On the job? On vacation? No matter where you are, you can get expert care on the phone for common issues like sinus infection and UTI. Just call Care My Way at 844-227-3929 and speak with a nurse practitioner at Marshfield Clinic. You can call any day between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. for just $40. That's Care My Way at 844-227-3929. Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live. Shine.
Marshfield Tigers trying to stay in this one, down by 14 as we start the fourth quarter, but the Tigers with a pretty good-looking drive here. Their last drive, they went 12 plays. It was stopped by a pass interception. This is the 7th play in this drive, and they move down to the Oshkosh North 26-yard line where it's 1st and 10. Tigers down 14-0 as we start the fourth quarter. Krieger under center on this play. Damrow and Brant Bowman in the eye. And there's a flip to Bowman coming near side. Cuts back inside of the 20-yard line and down to about the 18, then pulled forward to the 16-yard line. Nice running for Brand Bowman. Braden Bowman on the sidelines. Have not seen him in the second half. Brand picks up about 9 on that play.
Well, Braden a little bit more of a powerful type of runner. Brant with some good quickness and maybe a few more moves, and so far, his quickness has been pretty effective.
2nd and less than 1 for the Tigers at the north 17-yard line. Damrow and Bowman in the eye. Krieger under center on this play. Bowman again straight ahead. Has some shifty moves and dumped after a short gain at the 14, but should have the first down. A first down for Marshfield at the Oshkosh North 14-yard line. We're early in the fourth quarter here at Beal Stadium, and the Tigers trail 14-0.
Brant Bowman 49 yards now and 9 carries.
Brant's a season high at 153 against Wausau East early in the year. Johnsrud down the pistol. He'll hand to Brant again. Brant gets outside, tries to turn the corner, cuts back inside, but not much yardage. He'll be pulled down after a short gain.
Again, kind of an awkward handoff. We've seen that a couple times tonight.
That may not have been Brent. That may have been Gadel. I think it was Andy.
Oh, Andy Gadel kind of running into the shoulder of the quarterback that time as he took the handoff. Trying to give Brant a little bit of a breather.
Brant in there now. It's 2nd and 10 for Marshfield at the Oshkosh North 14. Bowman back in there. Damrow the fullback. Krieger in the pistol formation. And Ryan rolls to the near sideline. Now reverses his field. Comes to the near side. He has a lot of running room to the 15-yard line. Breaks outside and pulled down around the 11. Ryan Krieger running himself. There's a flag down behind the play, however.
Well, I saw a block in the back. I'm not sure if that was the call. It may be holding a little further over on the other side of the right side of the line.
Now the official is conversing on this one. Looks like this play will come back. Tigers with their most serious scoring threat of the evening, but here's a holding call against Marshfield.
Flag thrown back at the 20-yard line, 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Yep, here it comes.
Some of the Tiger offensive linemen, Sam Bauman and John Rorty, pleading their case the officials to no avail. And the ball coming back to about the 30-yard line here.
I think the call is illegal block in the back, and that's what my uh-oh was during the middle of your call, Gene. Saw it, I just didn't know if it was going to get called.
Now the Tigers have to get to the 6-yard line for a first down. So this is 2nd and 24 from the 30.
Well, in years past, they'd throw it up to one of their big 6'4" receivers.
Yeah.
The Tigers just don't have those this year.
Gadel and McGrath on the near side. Brant Bowman, the tailback. Krieger at quarterback here. And Ryan rolling to the near sideline. Here's that reverse to Gadel, getting outside with some room across the 25-yard line to the 20, and out of bounds right there. They run that reverse again. That worked well in the first half. It was called back by a penalty, but they run that play again, and Gadel gets about 10 yards on that run. Gadel on the reverse for 10 yards. That sets up a 3rd and about 16 for the Tigers at the north 20-yard line. Tigers looking for their first score of the night. They were shut out last week as well.
Well, certainly in 4-down territory here, as they are 20-yard line. Do we call that the rail red zone yet?
Yep, it is the rail red zone once again. Dale's on the job there. 3 receivers on the near side. Krieger back to pass the ball. Steps up, now throws to the near sideline over everybody's head, incomplete. Throwing at the goal line for McGrath, but by him incomplete.
McGrath on a post pattern. That ball was thrown as though McGrath was running a pattern the other direction. I'm not sure if that was a... What have we got? Have we got a penalty? No, officials just taking a long time to get the ball back in. The referee was pointing towards the Marshfield huddle. I wasn't sure what that was all about there for a minute, just changing the football.
Once again, the Tigers do have the ball inside the rail red zone. Visit rail.jobs to join the winning rail team. Experience the power of red with rail transport. It's 4th and about 16 for the Tigers at the north 20-yard line. McGrath and Mikulski wideouts on the near side.
Let's run at least a 16-yard pattern here, boys.
Looks like a timeout is being charged here. Official stepping in and calling timeout, but they don't announce who the timeout is charged to until they get to midfield. Don't announce it at all, in fact. But we do have a timeout on the field with 9:54 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Oshkosh North 14 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. We'll return to Beal Stadium and more football in just a moment.
Every team needs the right connection to succeed. The same thing applies to your home or business. If something doesn't seem quite right, don't play amateur repair person. Contact Total Electric Service of Marshfield at 384-3311. Total Electric offers a 24-hour emergency service for residential, commercial, farm, and industrial jobs. Total Electric Service, the name says it all. Total service for all of your electric contracting needs. 384-3311.
You're listening to Marshfield Tiger football on AM 1450 WDLB Marshfield and WDLB WOSQ.com. Jacob Nernberger producing our broadcast this evening. With Delia Kaitis, I'm Gene Delisio at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. Tigers have a 4th and 16 here at the Oshkosh North 20-yard line. They will go for it. Ryan Krieger in the pistol. Back to pass the football. He rolls to the near sideline, being pursued, has a lot of running room, takes off himself, now throws on the run to Schmidt. He goes up near the goal line and tries to bring it in. A flag goes down. I think Krieger may have crossed the line of scrimmage. There's a second flag down as well. Not sure if Schmidt caught the ball or not at the goal line, but that play may be for naught as Krieger may have been across the goal line or across the line of scrimmage. 2 flags thrown on the play. And once again, the officials will confer.
Checked with the Tiger coaches, by the way, Gene and Braden Bowman. They're a little concerned that he might have a concussion.
Okay, well, you want to be as precautious as possible there. Looks like an illegal forward pass as Krieger was across the line of scrimmage when he made the throw, so that's a loss of down penalty. And that means that Oshkosh North takes over on downs at their own 20-yard line. The Tigers' 12-play drive stalls out, and North has the ball back at their own 20. Back there to mark it at the 25-yard line. with 9:45 remaining in regulation time. And North on top 14-0. North offense back on the field. Andy Kajawa at quarterback. Takes the snap. He'll hand off to Roan, getting outside. Gets tripped up, though. A very good defensive play in the backfield. And again, that's that linebacker John Howlett pulling down the ball carrier. That's a loss of about 3 yards back at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 13 now for Oshkosh North at their own 22. Now the Tigers' long drive stalls out. They've had 2 nice drives here in the second half, but no points to show for it. 2nd and 13, Tigers at their own 22. Kajawa back in the pistol. Hands off to Roan again. Not much there. He'll be pulled down after a short gain. Did not get to the 25. Gets about 1 yard on that play. So Marshfield now North faced with 3rd down. 3rd and 12 at their own 22. Tigers have given up a lot of 3rd and 4th down conversion plays today. They need to stop right here.
Yeah, big one here with only 8:40 left in this game.
3rd and 12 from the 23. Kajawa rolls to the near sideline, stops and throws deep across the middle, looking for Ellisted, but underthrown, incomplete. He was well covered on that play by Good and by Ott, and Kajawa underthrew him through everybody anyway. Incomplete pass. So 4th and 12 for North at their own 24-yard line. 3 and out for Oshkosh North. And the Tigers should get the football back with 8:30 remaining. Saul's been punting, Dale.
That's right. Probably one of the biggest keys on that last play is we covered Hobley out here in the flats that time for the first time.
Saul's been punting to Bowman, lines up at the 45-yard line. Good snap and a good kick, a high kick. Bowman calls for a fair catch on his own 48-yard line. 28-yard punt by Salzman. Marshfield football on their own 48. 8:25 remaining in regulation time. Tigers trail Oshkosh North 14-0. By the way, baseball playoff action coming your way tomorrow evening on Sports Radio 92.3 FM. WOSQ, the Giants and the Cubs. That broadcast 6:30 tomorrow evening on 92.3 FM WOSQ. 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 48. Tigers have scored 1 touchdown in their last 11 quarters of football. Want to stop that here.
Here comes that stacked, double stack formation again.
2 receivers on either side. Brant Bowman, the tailback, behind Ryan Krieger. There's a quick flip to Wilhelm on the far side, makes the catch, but is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, and he was drilled. Just drilled.
Quick bubble screen to Mitch Wilhelm, who makes his first catch of the year. And he'll remember that one. Loses a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 Tigers at their own 47. 2 receivers on either side again. Brand Bowman in the backfield behind Krieger. Ryan takes the snap, runs a quarterback draw to the 50. Across the 50 to the 48, stood up right there. Picks up about 5 yards on that play. So the Tigers now looking at 3rd and 6 at the North 48-yard line. Krieger stays in the quarterback here. Gets some signals from the sidelines. 2 receivers on either side. 3rd and 6 from the 48. Ryan back in the pistol. Takes the snap. Fakes the pass to the far side. Looks near side. He's the ball up the near sideline for Gadel, but underthrows him at the 20. Incomplete. Gadel was behind the defender, but then saw the ball was underthrown. Had to come back and go through the defender and couldn't get there. Incomplete pass.
Good pass protection that time. Krieger, only a sophomore, just doesn't quite have the strong enough arm yet to throw on some of those deeper routes. Throws a little bit of a flat ball right now. He'll get bigger, he'll get stronger.
Tigers have not allowed a sack tonight. Marshfield does have one. That by Voros. Now a 4th and 6 Tigers at the North 48. Marshfield will go for it. Down by 14 midway through the 4th quarter. 2 receivers on the near side. Krieger back to pass the football with time. runs the near sideline now, stops, gets hit, spins away, but knocked down back at the 50. There's a sack and a loss of 2 yards. And North takes over on downs at the 50-yard line. No one open, and Ryan Krieger tried to run for it, but stopped back at the 50, a loss of 2. North takes over on downs with 7:07 remaining in regulation time, and North on top 14-0. North offense comes back out once again. That big running back Salzman comes into play in the backfield on this series.
Gee, I wonder who's going to get the ball.
Yep. They've used 3 running backs, Salzman, Sitter, and Rowan tonight. Kajawa in the pistol, and it's Salzman straight ahead. A couple of yards, now piles forward to the 45, picks up 5. He's the biggest of their running backs. They have 3 guys who are pretty good. Rowan is 5'11", 170, and Sitter 5'11", 185, but Salzman 5'11", 205 gives them a bit more power when he runs.
And about 75 of those pounds or more below the waist on Salzman's just got big hips,
yep,
big legs.
2nd and 6 for Oshkosh North at the Tiger 44. Quarterback Kajawa taking his time, now gets the line down, takes the snap. It's Salzman again, off tackle, and pulled back at the 45, is grabbed by Hergert, knocked down at the 44-yard line, and picks up 2 on that play. So here's a possession play, 3rd and about 4.5 for North, just inside the Tiger 45-yard line, as we approach the halfway mark of this 4th quarter. Tigers down by 2 scores. Salzman stays in at that running back spot. 2 receivers on the far side. Hobley, the blocking back, over there as well. Snap back to Kajawa. He rolls to the far sideline, stops and throws down the far sideline for Sorensen. Comes back, makes the catch at the 10, then gets tackled around the 5-yard line. He had to circle in front of a Tiger defensive back to come back to the ball and make the catch. Then went towards the goal line, got pulled down from behind at the 5, a gain of 39. On a big pass play to Sorensen, a 1st and goal for North at the Tiger 5-yard line.
Another one of those plays where a pass is underthrown, but Sorensen reads the pass, reads the ball, and is able to cut back and catch that underthrown ball.
Now 5.5 remaining. Tigers trail 14-0. Rowan and Sitter split backs behind Kajawa, who's under center on this play. Kajawa pitches to Rowan to the near side with some room, cuts back to the inside, and gets across the goal line for the touchdown. 5-yard touchdown run for Jordan Rowan, his 2nd rushing touchdown tonight and 7th of the year. So Oshkosh North goes 50 yards in 4 plays. They now lead 20-0 with 5:13 remaining in regulation time.
Well, you can only leave the defense out there so long. They just get pounded on all night. They're going to give up some points.
Hobley will attempt to kick the PAT once again. Ball is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. They have 5:13 remaining in the 4th quarter here at Beal Stadium in Marshfield. And our score now, Oshkosh North 21 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. Back to Beal Stadium and more football in just a moment.
Hey truckers, you only have one chance to make a first impression, right? So you better make sure your truck's body is looking fine. At V&H, Wisconsin's most complete heavy truck body shop, we've got 16 certified technicians and support staff. And from major collision repair to our 65-foot Garmat spray booth, we've got your entire body covered. You'll drive out of V&H proud and ready to take on the world. V&H, the driving force in heavy trucks and equipment.
Find us at 1505 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, or vhtrucks.com.
Dale, I think you said the Tigers had something like 13 plays in the first half, and yet their first 2 series in the second half, they combined for 23 plays and couldn't put points on the board.
Right, I've got the Tigers for 36 plays right now, but I've got Oshkosh North for 57.
Now, much of that discrepancy occurring in the first half.
Typically, you think of, on a good night, about 65 offensive plays or so for a high school football team on a good night.
Neil Ott and Brant Bowman in deep safety for Marshfield. inside the 15-yard line. Hobley kicking off once again for Fond du Lac. Kicking from north to south. End over end kick. And McGrath on the 10, heading for the far sideline, 15 to the 20, across the 25, across the 30, out near the 35, and a long flag thrown from around midfield. So some of that may come back once again.
Hard to say, thrown by an official on the far sideline, downfield quite a ways.
That fine Columbus Don soccer team returns to action at Greasy Park on Monday with a match against Phillips. That match Monday, 4:30 at Greasy Park in Marshfield.
Flag lying on the 39.5-yard line, way over on the far sideline. Holding call against the Tiger return team.
So that will be marked off. We'll be in Fond du Lac next Friday night for the Tigers' final game of the regular season. Tigers and Fond du Lac at Fruth Field. Fond du Lac not real thrilled about losing over here last year, so we'll see what happens this year. Ball back at the 22-yard line. Tiger football with 5:05 remaining, and Marshfield now trailing 21-0. Ryan Krieger at quarterback. Two receivers near side. On first down, Ryan back to pass. Lobs near sideline. Flag goes down. Ball comes to Brand Bowman up the near sideline across the 35 to the 37. But a flag down in the offensive backfield. Wonder if they're calling an eligible man downfield.
Illegal participation.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah. The official out there is waving his hands around like an orchestra conductor. It's kind of hard to tell so far what the actual call is.
It's against Marshfield.
We used to have a tapping the top of his head with both hands. I don't know if that's it. Kind of hard for it to be ineligible receiver because he threw that right at the snap. So
the ball comes back to the 11-yard line.
Legal participation, possibly.
I know the last time I saw that signal was when you were in the buffet line at the Buccaneer. You made that signal for more breadsticks.
Well, I was, yeah. They helped out. They were good people out there, and I'm sure the new group is doing a good job as well.
So I know what in that sense, I know what that signal is, but on the football field, I can't tell you.
Desperation sign. That's what that is.
First and 25. Krieger back to pass from inside the 5-yard line. Goes far sideline. Caught there at about the 13 by Mikulski. Dropped right there. Derek Mikulski makes the catch and goes down. And they'll mark him down at the 22. Picks up 11 on that pass play. So second and about 11 for the Tigers from the 22. Krieger will throw once again, steps up and throws deep across the middle, but way over Schmidt's head, incomplete. Incomplete pass and a 3rd and 11 for the Tigers at their own 22-yard line. Tigers looking a bit better on offense tonight, but still not able to connect with some big plays and no points on the scoreboard this evening.
Key penalty on their last drive, a holding call that got them out of scoring position.
McGrath coming near side, Gadel on the far side, 3rd and 11 from the 22-yard line. Krieger back in the pistol, sets himself, drops back to pass the football again. Looking to the near side, now the far side gets tripped up and goes down inside the 15. Tried to run away and got tripped up back at the 13-yard line. The second quarterback sack by Oshkosh North tonight.
Krieger went, we got a injured player potentially or equipment issue.
There's a Marshfield man tying his shoe.
Well, on that, excuse me, Gene, on that last play, the Tiger receivers sent 3 receivers downfield on some intermediate routes, and they all turned in on stick routes or curl routes, whatever you want to call them, and when Krieger couldn't find anybody right there, the Tiger receivers just stood there. Got to keep moving and find a spot.
Rowan back in deep safety for Oshkosh North. Coffin punting from the goal line on 4th and 21 from the 11-yard line. High snap, Coffin pulls it in, kicks it away. Pretty good kick. Rowan calls for a fair catch on the Tiger 43-yard line.
32-yard punt.
And Oshkosh North back on the offensive end with 3:45 remaining. And Marshfield down 21-0. Good field position once again here for Oshkosh North. North offense back on the field.
So does this probably make North playoff eligible?
They're playoff eligible,
yes,
but they're not guaranteed.
Okay.
500 teams are eligible but not guaranteed. On first down, Rowan gets the call straight ahead inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Most teams that are 500 in the conference make the playoffs, but it's not a guarantee. You could be bumped if there are more playoff teams eligible than spots are available. And so a 500 team could be bumped out, but at least now they are eligible. Most 500 teams in conference play do make the playoffs, but on occasion 1 or 2 per year do get knocked out. 2nd and 4 for North at the Tiger 36. Clock rolling, approaching 3 minutes to play. Kajawa taking his time back in that pistol. Takes the snap, gives to Salzman again, carries inside the 35 to about the 33, close to the first down marker. Now put him down right on the 33. That is a first down for Oshkosh North. 1st and 10 Spartans at the Tiger 33 with 2:50 to play. Marshfield trailing 21-0. Stay with us for Football Friday night on WDLB. Following Tiger football this evening, a review of high school football scores all through the state. This evening here on WDLB. Elistad and Sorensen to the near side. Sorensen's made some big catches tonight. Salzman stays in at running back, and he'll get the call once again. Straight ahead to the 30, 25, powers his way down to about the 23, takes several Tigers to bring him down. Finally goes down to the 23-yard line, and Ryzen Lebrecht, the tackler on that play, they'll mark him at the 24, picks up 9 on that carry. 2nd and 1 for North at the Tiger 24-yard line. Officials stepping in, and they want to call a timeout here. Marshfield wants a timeout. Tigers use their second timeout of the second half. 2:03 remaining in this ball game, and Marshfield trailing Oshkosh North 21-0. Once again, Tiger football on WDLB, a service of Felker Brothers Corporation of Marshfield, manufacturers of stainless steel products. They support all youth sports and activities. Participation in high school sports builds character and teamwork, and Felker Brothers of Marshfield supports the youth of central Wisconsin. Tigers trailing 21-0 here late in the fourth quarter. Understand that the Spencer Columbus Ball Club now leads Altoona 26-0 in the fourth quarter. Once again, Arnie Peck standing by at the WDLB scoreboard headquarters and gathering some scores for us again this evening. 2nd and 1 for Oshkosh North at the Tiger 24-yard line. Elistad along the near sideline, about 3 yards inbounds. Kajawa back in the pistol, Salzman standing next to him. And Salzman again, straight ahead, grabbed by McGuire by the ankles and pulled down near the 20, but he'll have the first down with that run. 1st and 10 Oshkosh North at the Tiger 20-yard line. Clock rolling once again, 1:55 to play. Tigers trail 21-0.
So a tough homecoming game tonight for the Marshfield Tigers. And how many quarters now? Is that 12 quarters without scoring? Or?
Well, with one score. They had one score 2 weeks ago in the ball game against Hortonville. Late in that ball game. North taking their time here. Kajawa in the pistol formation takes the snap, Gives to Salzman again, trying to get outside. Gets hit by Paul McGuire, pulled down after a gain of about 2.
Nice tackle there by McGuire.
Yeah, going low to make that play. And Salzman down to the 18. Picks up 2 more.
Marshfield with another timeout.
Yeah, Tigers taking timeout again. Marshfield timeout, 1:13 remaining in regulation time. Tigers trailing Oshkosh North here 21-0. Once again, during our post-game report, we'll review the scoring plays and stats in tonight's ball game. And then join the Football Friday night program for a complete review of high school football games all throughout central Wisconsin. That's this evening following Marshfield Tiger football here on WDLB.
I like that Football Friday night program. It covers games from all around the state.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Did a good job on that. So if you're looking for a specific score, chances are you'll find it on that program following Tiger football this evening here on WDLB. Second and about 9 for Oshkosh North. At the Tiger 18-yard line. Salzman still in the ballgame at tailback behind Kajawa. And Kajawa to Salzman straight ahead again into that line and powers his way down to the 15. Stop there. Howlett on the tackle. As we hit the 1-minute mark. 3rd and 5 for North at the 15-yard line. And North in no hurry. They've wrapped this one up. This will be their 4th straight win against Marshfield. And North taking their time down to 45 seconds now. And so the Spartans probably have to run one more play, maybe a second. Now coming to the line of scrimmage. Kajawa keeping his eye on that back judge. Kajawa, the coach's son, so he's well schooled in this situation. Now he'll go down and just take a knee.
Oops.
And the clock winding down. Looks like North will not need to run another play, and so Oshkosh North does keep their playoff hopes alive with a win here in Marshfield this evening. And the Marshfield Tigers suffer a loss on homecoming. They're shut out for the 2nd straight week and for the 3rd time this season. Our final score this evening, Oshkosh North 21 and the Marshfield Tigers nothing. We'll come back with a full recap on our postgame report following these messages.
If you're one of the lucky ones, you've never had an auto accident. But if and when you do, you get flustered and exasperated dealing with the insurance company and getting estimates, not to mention trying to figure out how you're going to get around without your car. Well, they can't make that process fun, but they can make it a whole lot easier at Art's Body Shop. Free estimates, free courtesy car, all worry-free. Pick up or drop off your rental Penske truck, too, at Art's Body Shop in Marshfield on South Rhodes, just north of Wildwood Park.
Paget Equipment Company, a division of JBL International, specializing in stainless steel fabrication worldwide, and a proud backer of Marshfield area youth programs and activities. The folks at Paget Equipment support healthy competition. It helps prepare youth for life, teaching them important concepts like teamwork and fair play. Important in athletics, important in business, important in life. Paget Equipment, a strong backer of the youth of Marshfield, urging you to get involved with school-related activities.
Fall weather can put a strain on your heating and cooling system, but you can always depend on the professional service and a job done right from House of Heating. Right now, House of Heating is offering Lennox rebates on a qualifying new Lennox system that can give you the control you need and the comfort you want. Call them today at 715-384-3163. That's 715-384-3163. Or visit them online at houseofheating.com and stay comfortable all through fall.
Marshfield Tigers improve to Oshkosh North improves to 4-4. Marshfield Tigers fall to 2-6 tonight, losing to Oshkosh North here at Beale Stadium 21-0. During our postgame report, we'll review the stats in this ball game, have our collision of the game, block of the game, and much, much more. But right now, let's review the scoring plays in this contest. A service of United FCS, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. Oshkosh North got the opening kickoff this evening and used up close to the first half of the first quarter. The Spartans went 89 yards in 14 plays and scored their first touchdown of the evening on a run play of 11 yards by Jordan Roan. Adam Hobley kicked the extra point, and North led 7-0 with 6:44 remaining in the first quarter. And that, by the way, was our halftime score. The Marshfield Tigers did not generate much offense in the first half. They went 3 and out on their first possession, 4 and out on their second, 3 and out on their third, 4 and out on their fourth, and that was their offensive production in the first half. Dale had Marshfield for 20 yards of offense in the first half this evening. Marshfield got the opening kickoff to start the third quarter and looked pretty good. The Tigers moved from their own 28 to the Oshkosh North 35 in 12 plays, and that drive was stopped on a pass interception to give North the football back on their own 25-yard line. The Spartans then turned the field, went 75 yards in 11 plays, and scored on a 28-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback Alex Kajawa to Cameron Sorensen. Hobley kicked the extra point, and North led 14-0 with 1:43 remaining in the third quarter. Marshfield got the ball back and again looked pretty impressive on offense, going 11 plays, moving from their own 45 to the Oshkosh North 20, but that drive was stopped on downs. North got the ball back. They punted on their next possession. Marshfield then got the ball to midfield, lost the ball on downs once again. North took over at the 50 and went 50 yards in 4 plays, scoring on Jordan Rowan's 5-yard touchdown run. Hobley again kicked the extra point to give North a 21-0 lead, and that was how things went tonight. Marshfield got the ball back once, but could not move it, had to punt out to Oshkosh North, and the Spartans then ran out the clock this evening. So Oshkosh North, the winner over Marshfield this evening by a final score of 21-0. Our scoring recap this evening, a service of United FCS Financial Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities throughout central Wisconsin. Now we'll come back and check the final team stats in this ball game with Deliakaitis following these messages.
Creative Paint and Decorating of Marshfield supports area athletes and wishes all teams good luck this season. See Creative Paint and Decorating for ideas on your next project. They specialize in window treatments, blinds, custom draperies, carpeting, ceramic tile, hardwood floors, vinyl, and laminates. And they have interior designers that can bring your room to life. Creative Paint is your locally owned complete paint store too, offering 30% off Benjamin Moore paints. Add some beautiful new colors to your home with help from Creative Paint and Decorating, 111 East 4th Street, Marshfield.
The next time you need a plumber, call Shriners Plumbing and Heating of Marshfield. Shriners Plumbing has licensed plumbers, and they've been offering fast, dependable service to the Marshfield area for nearly 100 years. They do it all, from pump service and installation to water heaters, water softeners, sewer and drain cleaning. They have kitchen and bath fixtures, too. Come see their showroom to give your home a bold new look with Kohler. When you need a plumber, don't settle for anything less. Call the best. Shriners Plumbing and Heating, 106 West 4th Street in Marshfield.
Rail transport has grown every year since 1962. A leader in environmental initiatives, human resource practices, one of the safest providers of truckload services in the United States. At Rail, people are the power of red. We focus on delivering customer satisfaction, providing flawless transportation service, and maintaining excellent safety standards. If you'd like to be the power of red, call Rail Transport, 715-591-3795, an equal opportunity affirmative action employer.
Marshfield Tigers lose this ball game to Oshkosh North this evening, 21-0. Tigers fall to 2-6 with this setback this evening, and Oshkosh North, with this win, maintains their hopes of a playoff spot. They become playoff eligible with this win this evening. Once again, the Tigers' offense not the best this evening. Let's bring in Deliakaitis for his rundown on the final stats, a service of the people for whom numbers matter the most, Edward Jones Investments of Marshfield. See Randy Gershman or Brian Kaiser for their sound investment advice. And Dale, how about the final stats on this one this evening?
Well, let's check the Oshkosh North side first. 369 total yards. 159 of those on the ground in 49 attempts. Leading ground gainers for Oshkosh North, Jordan Roan, 74 yards in 22 carries. and Ben Salzman 65 yards in 13 carries. Oshkosh North did make most of their big plays tonight through the air. 210 yards passing on 11 of 18 by Alex Kujawa. The leading receiver for Oshkosh North, Cameron Sorensen, 123 yards in 5 catches tonight. Hable, the H-back, also had 3 catches tonight for 33 yards. For the Marshfield Tigers, pretty meager on the stat side tonight, unfortunately. 136 total yards, 66 rushing in 26 attempts. Leading ground gainer turns out to be Brant Bowman, who played tailback pretty much exclusively in the second half. Braden Bowman ruled out of play in the second half with what the coaches were describing as a possible concussion. 70 yards passing for Krieger and Johnsrud together tonight. Krieger was 9 of 20 with an interception for 70 yards, so 70 yards total passing for 136. Nathan McGrath had 3 catches for the Tigers tonight for 25 yards. And the stats really do tell the tale in this one tonight, Gene. The number of possessions, number of attempts. Let's see, 48 attempts by Marshfield in the game from the line of scrimmage. Well, it wasn't that bad off, I guess. I've got 67 for Oshkosh North. So, yeah, a 19-play differential, which does make a difference in a ball game, especially when you're throwing for some big plays like Oshkosh North did tonight.
And much of that coming in the first half. As we mentioned, Marshfield only ran 13 plays in the first half, so never really got started offensively. Had those 2 nice drives in the third quarter this evening, but did not get points out of either one of them, and so that was a real disappointment. And the Tigers scored on 1 or 2 of those possessions. Things might have been a bit different, but once again could not get the ball across the goal line tonight.
Well, it seemed like every time Marshfield was getting close and getting down in that third down situation, too, Kujawa ended up throwing for some big plays. He completed pass plays of 29, 28, and 39 to Sorensen, and also a 30-yard catch by Day, and 3 catches for 33 yards, and 11-yard carry for Hable tonight as well. So it seemed like every time they needed a play, for the most part, they got it through the air, and Marshfield just didn't have an answer for that tonight. Again, though, you know, we could pick on the defense and say, wow, they gave up 369 yards tonight, and unfortunately, we have to pick on the offense a little bit. In that 136 total yards, and just not enough situations, at least until the second half, where Marshfield was able to sustain some drives. They did that in the second half twice nicely and got down to the red